Can we start, sir? Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Our opening ceremony is about to begin. Please sit back and relax. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 3-in-1 program Visiting Professor and Professional Business Administration Study Program Faculty of Vocational Studies, Universitas Brawijaya. This 3-in-1 program will be held in a few days event and brings up a notion of applied statistic business to measure business success. Give an applause, please. Thank you so much. Okay, the first day will be delivered by invited speaker, and it's a great honor for me, Silva Hapsari, to be here and welcome every one of you to this 3-in-1 program. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, over the next few days, this 3-in-1 program will engage you with many opportunities to discuss and share knowledge and also insights. And before we further proceed with this activity, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to respected guests, the Honorable Dean of Faculty of Vocational Study, Muhammad Khalid Mawardi, SOS MAB PhD, the Honorable Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ulfa Andayani, SSI MSI, the Honorable Vice Dean for Finance Affairs, Heri Toiba, SP MP PhD, the Honorable Vice Dean for Student Affairs, Dr. Rerpol Romi Hermawan, SOS MAP. Our respected Head of Business and Hospitality Department, Sandrudianto SA, MSAAK. Welcome. Our respected Secretary Business and Hospitality Department, Sofia Rosalin, AMD, SAP, Eskom, MAB. So long, Miss. Our respected Head of Business Administration Study Program include and also ini ya, 3 Mega Asri Esos MICOM for joining this opening ceremony and giving support to the special occasion. And we would like to express our gratitude to Honorable keynote speaker. Good morning, sir. Professor Dr. Muhammad Asfaq, MBA, Senior Lecturer of Applied Science, Academic Director, International and Program Director of Digital Business at IU, International University of Applied Science, Germany. Give an applause. He also known as Professor of Finance and Accounting, Business Founder, Author, Keynote Speaker, Business and Startup Coach, and Metaverse and DeFi. Is it correct? Okay, thank you. Welcome to the 3-in-1 program. And the next keynote speaker, Praktisi Erni Fatma Setio Harini SE MM and team from BPS. Good morning. And the honorable distinguished speaker participant, Mr. Farid, welcome to this 3-in-1 program. The head of IRO, International Relation Office of Vocational Studies. And before we start this morning program, allow me as the host to read the rundown for today's opening session as follows. Opening by me as MC, singing national anthem, welcoming speech from head of 3-in-1 program, welcoming speech from Dean of Faculty of Vocational Studies, Vandal Symbolics, photo session, prayer session, pre-test, main session, 3-in-1 program, and closing. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we would like to invite Chief of Committee of 3-in-1 program, Sofia Rosalin MAMD SAP Eskom, MAB, to deliver his welcoming speech. Bu Sophie, the stage is yours.
Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program 3-in-1 2023 held by Business Administration Vocational Education Program, Brawijaya University, and it is held in about 5 days, from 23 October until 27 October 2023. And first of all, I would like to thank the God who gave His mercy and grace to us so that we can all get together in a healthy state without lacking and nothing. Next, I would like to express my deep gratitude to our Dean, Mr. Khalid Mawardi, SOS MAB PhD, and also to our Head of Department, Business and Hospitality, Sanrudianto SE AKMSA, and also Vice Dean Dr. Paul Romi Hermawan. And I would like to express my deep gratitude to Professor Dr. Muhammad Asfaq MBA from IU, International University of Applied Science, Germany. Nice to meet you, Prof. And also thank you to Rizky Maulidia SST MAP from Badan Pusat Statistic, City Malang. And also I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to the organizer and everyone who has worked tirelessly and to make this program possible. And your dedication and commitment are what have brought us all together today. And to all audiences, to all my students, our students, thank you for joining this 3-in-1 program. And also, Mr. Pait, I'm forget it, sorry. From Airo, thank you for your joining in this our program. And ladies and gentlemen, this program represent a unique opportunity for us to explore and learn and apply the power of statistical analysis to the world of business, and in rapidly changing and data-driven in global economy. Understanding the significance of statistics is paramount, and it is the key to inform decision-making, efficiency, and the achievement of success. And today, we embark on a journey that involves not one, not two, but 3 distinct objectives within the framework of 3-in-1 program, and each of these objectives plays a crucial role in shaping the landscape of business statistics. The first one, we aim to deepen our understanding of the role of statistics in business. And statistics provide us with the tools to interpret data and also uncover hidden insight and how make well-informed decision, And in this context, we strive to explore the ways in which statistics can help business gain a competitive edge and grow in a sustainable and data-driven manner. And the next, our second objective in this program is to promote collaboration and also knowledge sharing among participants and the exchange of idea, best practices, from lecture or from Prof. Muhammad and also from BPS, and experiences inavailable. We are not just here to learn but also to connect with one another, form lasting partnership, and build a supportive network in the field of business statistics. And the last one, and last but not least, we endeavor to inspire innovation and creativity in the application of statistical method to solve real-world business challenges. And we believe that by combining statistical expertise with imagination, we can unlock new possibility and drive positive change in our organization. And in 5 days, yeah, we will work together with Prof. Dr. Muhammad Asfak MBA from IU International University of Applied Science Germany, and also from all team BPS Malang City. And once more again, our great gratitude and appreciation goes to Prof. Muhammad, who has been willing to take his precious time with us. As we move forward, I encourage each of your actively participate, engage in discussion, and also most importantly, absorb as much knowledge as possible from our narasumber, ya, our speaker. Sorry. And this program is not just a one-time event, but it is a stepping stone in our ongoing journey to master the art of business statistic. In conclusion, let's embrace this opportunity with enthusiasm and a thirst for knowledge, and let's ensure that this 3-in-1 program focusing on business statistics is a remarkable and enriching experience for all of us. Thank you for your attention, and let the 3-in-1 program with the theme of business statistics, applied statistics to measure business success begin. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Please give warm applause. Thank you, Bu Sophie. And the next agenda, we will sing the national anthem. The audience was invited to stand. Please stand up. The audience is invited to sit down. Thank you. Okay, the next agenda is welcoming speech from the head of Business and Hospitality Department, San Rudianto SMA, MSAAK, I'm sorry. Please, Mr.
Oke, tes. Oke, terima kasih Bu Siva, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Muhammad Khalid Mawardi, SOS MAB, PhD, Dean of the Faculty of Vocational Studies, Universitas Brawijaya. Bapak Ibu Dr. Ulfa Andayani, SSI, MSI, Vice Dean for Academic Affairs. And then Herito Yiba SP, MP PhD, Vice Dean for General Affairs, Finance and Resource. And then Dr. Relpol Romi Hermawan, SOS, MAP, Vice Dean for Student Affairs, Alumni and Entrepreneurship. And the speaker, Professor Dr. Muhammad Asfaq MBA, speaker from IU, International University of Applied Science, Germany. And Ibu Erni Fatma Setioharini SCMM, Head of BBS Kota Malang. And the Honorable Ibu Sofia Rosalin, Sekretaris Department, Sekretaris Bisnis and Hospitality Department, and Ibu Trimega Asri SOS MECOM, Head of Business Administration Studi Program, and then Bapak Faidal Rahman, Head of AIRO, International Relationship Officer, Fakultas Vokasi. All lecture and seminar participant of the 3-in-1 program. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi semuanya. Thank you so much to all of you who have been here today in this wonderful place. My name is San Rudianto. I am the head of the Department Business and Hospitality, Faculty of Vocational Study, Universitas Brawijaya. It is an honor for me to speak on behalf of the department. Let me begin by warmly welcoming you to the seminar Applied Statistic to Measure Business Success. Before we start, I would like to express my appreciation to the Chief Executive and the 3-in-1 program team who have kindly helped us to realize this seminar. Ada Bu Mega, kemudian Bu Sofi, terima kasih banyak, Pak Lintang, Pak Asna, dan semua dosen dari program studi ya, Bisnis Administrasi, terima kasih banyak. Dan juga tim, we could not have done it without you. Gitu. Thank you very much. Nah, I hope that this activity can run smoothly, full of enthusiasm and passion from the participant to gain new insight in science. So let's follow this event to the end. I won't waste more of your time anymore. I have to leave it to Miss Silva, our host today, to introduce our guest speaker to you all. Once again, on behalf of the Business and Hospitality Department, I would like to welcome you. Glad to see you here. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih banyak.
Okay, Mr. San, please open this 3-in-1 program also to represent Pak Romi. Open this 3-in-1 program. Dok. Open aja, Pak.
Oke, thank you Ibu Silva. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good mornings, all students, college from Business Administration program, Mr. San Rudianto, thank you, and from BPS, Rizky, okay, Ibu Rizky, thank you very much, and Honorable Professor Muhammad, my colleague, my brother from Germany. Give applause from Prof. Muhammad. It is a distinct pleasure and privilege to welcome you all into the launch of our visiting professor program. So with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, this program will be open. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Pak Romi. Okay, the next we will continue with the next agenda, Fundel submission. Fundel submission will be handed over by Vice Dean 3 Academic Affair Pak Romi to keynote speaker Prof Asfalt, please. The Fundel, cameraman, please stand by. Okay, the next fundel to tim BPS by Pak San, who give the fundel to tim BPS. Pak Faid, Pak Faid. Okay, the next agenda is photo session with the panitia, the committee of this program, the lecturers. Kayak gini saya Pak. Can we berbalik? Apa sih bahasa Inggrisnya? We back, we go around, turn around. Turn around, Rek. Turn around. The students, please give a pause. The students merapat in the middle. Good. Kurang, can you more merapat? Closer, closer. More closer, intimate. Intimate, closer please. Nah, merapat. In Indonesia is merapat. 1, 2, 3. Already? Okay. Thank you so much, team. Okay. We would like to invite Bapak Muhammad Soni Wijaya to let us to say prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Bapak Soni Wijaya. Please, can you quiet please?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Doa saya pimpin dari sini ya. Oke, izinkan doa ini saya pimpin secara Islam, yang lain menyesuaikan. Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, arrahmanirrahim, maliki yaumiddin, iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma inni as'aluka innakal antal ahad as-samad alladzi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Ya Allah ya Rahman, pada hari ini kami menyelenggarakan acara 3-in-1. Dengan ini memohon ridho dan izin-Mu. Berkailah semua langkah dan perbuatan kami, dan jadikanlah itu semua nilai ibadah dan nilai ilmu yang bermanfaat kepada kami. Allahumma ftah alaina barokah warahmah wal hikmah, wa anzil alaina min barokatik, wa sallallahu ala khairil khalqika Muhammadin wa alali wa sahbihi wa salam. Rabbana atina miladunka rahmah wa hayyik lana min amrina rosada. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Subhanaka rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you Pak Soni for leading us. Hopefully this event will run smoothly and also success. Yes, dear students, before we start the main program, I have some important information for you. Pre-test will be led by Miss Sausan. Miss Sausan, please accompany me. Prepare your phone.
Okay guys, so please prepare your phone so you can scan the QR code. Mas. So the pretest need to be filled before the session starts. And then don't forget to fill your number, student number, and also your class. And also by the end of the sessions today, you need to also answer the post test. Okay, head of class, please check your group today. I already sent the link through the head of class. Have you received, guys? Udah terima. Have you ever received, guys? Have you received? From the head of class? Udah terima. Okay, guys, so please fill the questions. That's the pre-test. Don't forget to fill your name, your class, and student number. And there are 5 questions. Siapa yang belum dapat? Don't forget to input your email as well. Okay. And by the end of the class, before you continue your class, your another class, please don't forget to submit your post-test questions. Okay, untuk post-test, the post-test is going to be your assignment. Jadi nggak harus selesai hari ini ya. But the pre-test you need to fill right now before we start the session. Okay, so for the Okay, so for the post-test, identify 5 companies in Indonesia that use business statistics to be successful during the last 5 years. Also outline their employees, main products and service, and annual sales. I'm going to send this to the head of class. So this is going to be your assignment for the post-test. But for the pre-test, you need to fill right now before we start our session. And so guys, please participate actively. So if you have any questions to the Prof. Assa, please don't hesitate to raise your hand, okay? Okay, if you already finished, we will start our session soon. Dan teman-teman untuk partisipan yang aktif nanti akan mendapatkan hadiah dari Bu Assa, saldo GoPay. Jadi don't hesitate to be active in the sessions. Anda bisa buka? Sudah semua bisa? We will start our session soon at 9 a.m. Oke, jadi kalian punya waktu 9 minutes more to fill the questions. Jadi untuk post-test nanti akan saya kirim ke ketua kelas. Jadi itu karena post-testnya identifikasi teman-teman, jadi kalian bisa ngerjakan dari rumah. Untuk pengumpulannya silahkan tanya ke dosen pengampu ya untuk maksimal pengumpulannya. Sulit enggak kan ya? Gampang ya pertanyaannya. Ada yang belum selesai bisa angkat tangan? Yang belum? Guys, udah? Loading. Oke. And don't forget guys, I'm not allow you to play your phone during the seminar, okay? Please keep your phone in your bag. Jadi kalau kalian mau nyatet, silahkan keluarkan notebook kalian. Atau yang bawa laptop, silahkan keluarkan laptop. Oke, kamu nggak bawa ini, laptop? Gak ada yang punya charger mungkin temennya, bisa digunakan? The students is not allowed to open any TikTok or Instagram during the seminar, oke guys? Jadi saya mohon untuk konsentrasinya buat teman-teman semua. Oke, sambil nunggu teman-temannya yang belum selesai, I would like to share about Prof. Assa CV. So, Prof. Assa is a professor of business administration with a focus on finance and accounting in Germany. So you guys, if you want to ask about any topics that related finance and accounting, you can doing so. He's also widely recognized as an outstanding and experienced business and finance expert. Okay, so if you want to ask about anything related about global company, or if you have your future dreams to work in the abroad, please feel free to ask Prof. Assa. Oke, udah selesai semua? Oke. So we will start our sessions. Okay, please welcome Prof. Assa. Time is yours.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, first of all, I would like to request that if I can have your undivided attention. Hello, ladies. May I have your attention if you stop using your smartphones and talking with your friends, because I would like to say, first of all, thank you so much for coming. Before I start my presentation, I would like to very gratefully thank to the organizers of this 3M program. There are many people. Sophia? Miss Sophia, can I have your attention, everyone? Okay, thank you. I would like to appreciate, first of all, the organizers, everyone, including Miss Sophia. We have Miss Charisma. Then we have Dr. Rumi here. Please, first of all, have a big hand for Miss Charisma. The reason why I started appreciating Miss Charisma, first of all, because she was the main coordinating with me and with the university, and we started our top messages, I believe 3 to 4 months ago. So she has planned everything, coordinated. Thank you so much for putting every effort. Then I would like to deeply thank Dr. Rumi, because I met Dr. Rumi during his visit in Germany, and he was very kind enough to trust me, and that is why I'm here. Thank you so much, Dr. Rumi. Then, of course, this is not possible without the great support from Miss Sophia and from his team. Sorry, I do not know all the names in your team. Therefore, I would like to thank you for everyone, making it happen. And it is a great journey for me. I will be sharing with you some of my thoughts. So let's start with my introduction, brief, and then I will come back to you. This is probably going to... in our first lecture, as you know, we are having, I believe, 5 to 6 seminars or lectures. So this is on different topics. But before I start statistics and other topics, I would like to say a few words about your journey. So you are, I assume, the bachelor student, undergraduate, right? Every one of you are undergraduate. Is it right? Okay, great. So let's start with a brief, my introduction, and then I will come back to you, and then we will start. So we are not immediately going to start statistic. So our topic about statistic is the use of applied statistics, or you can say in other way around, what is the application of statistics in this world?
Tes. Halo? Halo, halo? Tes. Kenapa putus-putus ya? Yang ini aja. Yang mana? Tes yang
So, we will be talking about, what is the role of statistic in business. So that is actually the theme. Please note that I have already given the slides of this lecture to your university. They will give you the slides and the material that I have given them. So what we are going to do, first of all, will have a brief introduction, then we will start with business statistic, and then we will move towards what is the importance of business statistic, and at the end we will have a Q&A session. So this whole process will take us. So let's start with my introduction. What is my journey? I believe every person has a story, right? So my story, you can see the end at the moment. So, the client, I'm working as a professor at IU International University as well as the academic director international. So that means looking after international affairs in other countries. And before that, I had, actually, I love to be a business and personal and professional development coach, because I believe that every one of us, including me, we need a motivation. Sometimes we are facing challenges in our life. Everyone has, opportunities and challenges, and how we can navigate from those challenges into opportunities. So I do that on a professional level. After my PhD, I also established my consultancy company. The name is Amana, and we provide financial consultancy in various countries. I have the pleasure to go for work, conference, research, and teaching in 40 plus countries. This year, I was lucky enough to travel to 5 new countries, including Indonesia. So I have been to Malaysia, Brunei Darussalam, to this part of the world, but not Indonesia. So this is an Indonesian trip for me. And this is also a learning trip for me. So, whenever even though if I'm a professor, that does not mean that I know everything. That means we always learn from the new culture, from new people, from new countries. So this is very enriching journey for me. And I also try to, in my role as a teacher, I believe teacher should be a motivational for the students, right? So we need to not only just teach, say blah, 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 and then go, but we need to also have an empathy and listen to our students and try to motivate them. So that is real teacher. So I try to motivate my students as well. So before we start business statistics, what motivates you to study? Just please remember, just raise your hand. We need a short answer. So any one of you, what motivates you to study? For example, if you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock and you say, wow, this is a wonderful day. I would like, the day world, and I would like to change myself. So what motivates you to study? Just raise your hand if you would like to answer. And this is a voluntarily answer, okay? So, and I would like to engage you. Please remember that I have my flight time, only flying time, first of all, are my only travel time, first of all, from my home, from Bonn to Frankfurt, that was 2 hours. 2-hour driving, I parked my car, took 3-hour flight to Istanbul, then took 12-hour flight, to Jakarta. Then I believe couple of hours flight from Jakarta to Malang. So that means overall my only travel time without considering the delay is 16 to 17 hours. So that is why the reason is I came very far away to be here. And time is very important. Therefore, please coordinate with me, talk with me, engage with me. In German, we have a saying that if you ask someone a question, it will not cost you anything. So that means it's cheap. That means if you ask me question, I will not ask you $100, right? That will be very pathetic and impolite. So therefore, please get involved. It will not cost you anything, but it will enhance your confidence. You are the bachelor students. Your life is ahead of you. So you need to, in university, not to just get the degree. The purpose is not to just get a piece of paper. You can print this piece of paper at your home if you have a good printer, right? So, but the purpose is to develop your skills, develop your confidence. That will help you in your life, whatever you do, wherever you go. So therefore, this is my request because we have limited time and I would like to, talk with you and communicate with you. So, my question back. What motivates you to study? Anyone? Yes, madam. I can understand your feeling.
Check.
Yes.
You don't need men to continue your life. You have yourself. You know you can do it. And that's why I'm here right now.
That's a very powerful message that you give, and it's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Any student from this side? Anyone from this side? What motivates university and put some your effort? Anyone would like to share from this side? Guys, come on, we have less time. So time is the most important commodity in this world, not the money. Remember that. Anyone would like to say something from this side? Please be confident. I'm not going to ask you money. I'm not going to. Yeah. Yes. You can say in your Indonesian language. Come on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My name is Muhammad Taufal Gunastiar. I'm from N3F. Jadi untuk motivasi saya untuk berkuliah ini kebetulan ingin mencari ilmu sebanyak mungkin yang pertama, dan juga sama seperti halnya yang mbaknya yang tadi bilang, untuk motivasi saya tuh dari ibu saya. Kebetulan ibu saya single parent dan saya katakan Wonder Woman banget, dikarenakan
Okay. So what he said, can you translate?
So his motivation is he wants to get more knowledge in university, and also his mom is because his mom is parent. So that's why that makes to motivate more to come to university.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a great motivation. Okay, no, this side is left. So I'm coming to you. I'm not going to forget you. Okay. So any one of you would like to say what's your motivation? What's, brings you here? Yes. Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you for the time. Sorry, aku pakai bahasa Indonesia, teman-teman semuanya. What is person motivated me is honestly is myself. Cause why? Karena jika kita memperjuangkan diri sendiri, akan berdampak juga ke kita sendiri lebih baik. Nah, dari kita sendiri itu menjadi lebih baik, akan improve dan akan secara tidak langsung maupun langsung itu akan berdampak juga baik juga ke masyarakat sekitar gitu, Ibu dan Bapak sekalian. Itu sih motivasi saya. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Impact on herself, which is if she gain more value on herself, it can create impact on the society as well.
Okay, that's very philosophical, motivation. So she said that if she can create value for herself, if she can build knowledge in her personality, then of course she can contribute to the family, she can contribute to the society, and she can contribute to the country. So that's, I'm really impressed by you guys' motivation in this regard. So this is wonderful. And one thing that I would love to, I believe in one of the later sessions that we will do, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will talk about that. So one of the key takeaway that I would like to give you is, I wish someone had given me this advice when I was at your age. It does not mean I'm too much old. So when I was in the undergraduate program, that life is amazing, life is beautiful. Every one of us, you, including me, including your president, including the president of USA, every one of us has challenges, difficulties, right? On the other hand, every one of us has the opportunities. That means we have the time, you have the health. So the most important thing is the time and health. Probably at this time you think, okay, you need more money. Of course, everyone needs money because it helps us to buy some good things that makes us happy. So saying that, use this time, focus on that, use this time to also enjoy your life. I'm not saying that you guys, okay, you should come to university at 7 o'clock and study until 9 o'clock all the time. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you need to be smart. You guys are already smart, right? You are the new generation who have the access of the amazing technologies, which probably we do not have. So use your time in a smart manner. Whenever there is a time for study it with full concentration. Whenever there is a time for leisure and, looking around and for play, whatever you play, you go for swimming, you go for football or whatever you do it well. Whatever you do, you should be the best one. Right? This will make your life very, very successful, very, very happy, and have long-term perspective. So this is I wanted to start with a small motivation. So now let's, and if you have any questions, as I said, we will talk about if you have a problem like how you can better study, how you can be successful in your university, how you can be better manage your grades. We will talk everything later on. Okay? So let's start with our brief, first of all, topic, that is business statistics. Okay. How many of you like statistic? How many of you like statistic?
Okay, berapa banyak yang suka statistik?
Raise your hand if you like statistic. Okay.
None of them.
I requested cold water. It's an hour. Yeah, because it will help me to bring my energy. So this is already open. Okay, guys, no problem. We will fix that issue. Can I have the presentation here? There is no presentation. Excuse me, can I have the presentation? Okay, so guys, please listen carefully. I know statistic is one of the boring subjects, okay, because I have studied myself. Okay, however, it is also interesting. There is a huge use of statistic in everyday life. Please note that in our next 40 minutes, this presentation, I'm not going to teach you about, the technical aspects of the statistic. I know that you are from bachelor students, and that is why I brought examples and some discussion from everyday life that makes sense to you. Okay? So not very technical. Your technical things will be discussed by your teacher in your class because you will have more time. So let's start with business statistic. Anyone knows what is the definition of business statistics? Or what is statistic? Definition of statistic, what comes? I'm not asking the precise definition, and I'm not expecting that you will give me 100% correct answer. Talk with me, even that is nonsense, okay? So what is the definition of statistics? When you see the word or hear the word statistic, what comes in your mind? What feelings come? So what is the meaning of the word? Anyone would like to say?
Okay.
Anyone would like to say, like,
Anyone?
you know, if I see the beach, you know, I see, wow, this world is beautiful. So similarly, when you see the word statistic, what comes in your mind? What comes in your mind if you see the word statistic, or you hear it, or you read it?
Don't be shy, guys. This
Pengertian,
is just
pengertian
sharing
dari statistik.
sessions. Pengertian
Pengertian dari statistik, guys.
apa? Kalau kalian mendengar kata-kata statistik, apa sih yang di kepala kalian gitu yang kalian?
Just normal. I'm not asking you the definition. That I will tell you. I'm just asking what comes in your mind. Like, what comes in your mind when you see your mom or your dad or your brother? You know, there is a definition, there is a picture. Yes, gentlemen, please. First of all, let's have a big hand for him. Thank you.
Name Izul Kurban Farisi. Number.
Okay.
He thought that when he heard about statistic, he just remembered about number.
Numbers. That's right. 100% right. Okay, applause. So, that is about numbers. Absolutely. So, statistic is about numbers. So, let's talk about the definition of statistic. You know, statistic is a science, you can say that. That means statistic is an art, and it is a process of, you know, collecting. First of all, we need to collect numbers. Everyone, excuse me. First of all, we need to collect numbers, data, right? Then we need to analyze that. Then we need to interpret. You know, we need to explain what this data tells. For example, if I have the data of this, if there are 60 students are sitting here, I have the numbers like 60, and then I will see how many of the females, women, for example, let's assume 40% are 40 are the women, and then 20 are the men. So this is the numbers. This is the statistic. So that means first of all, I collected the data, then I analyze the data and interpret it, and then I present the empirical data. Empirical data means the numbers, okay? So that means I can project in the chart, or I can prepare something and I can show, okay, you know, 40 students are females and then 20 are the males, and then I can see if you are belong from the Malang city and which are the coming from other cities. So what is the age group, you know, what are your liking, what are your disliking. So this is all about statistic. That is why every day we have the statistic. So here we talk about the empirical data. All the data that we have from the survey, all the data that we have from the culture, all the data we have from the observations, that is part of the statistic. Therefore, statistic is very important. And remember that statistic is all about data. So this gentleman gave a very accurate answer. That means numbers, that means data, right? So great answer. Thank you so much. So here, let's talk about, we talked about, you know, statistic. Like statistic is the data, right? It's about collection of data, analyzing of data, interpreting of the data, right? Now, our topic is business statistic. By the way, what is business? I need a definition of business. What comes in your mind about the business? Please, you know, talk with me. Who would like to say business? Okay, you would like to say something? What is business? No? You are so much worried. You said, no, 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 it's not me. Anyone would like to say what is business? Yes.
Okay. The business is for I'm here. The business is if I have something product, I will selling that and I get some profit. This is business for my opinion.
Okay, very good. Please have a big hand for. That is right. Business is about selling a product. For example, this bottle, okay, the mineral water. So if I'm going to sell you, okay, please take it. And you are going to give me the money. Okay, it could be a service. For example, I'm teaching you. So you give me the money, right? So this is business is selling a product or selling a service in order to make profit. So this is simple definition of business. Now, the question is, what is the use of business statistics, you know, in our world? So let's talk about the definition. You know, before I go to the definition, business statistic means we are going to forecast, for example. If there is a company who is going to, you know, make hijabs, or there is a company who is going to make smartphones, they are going to anticipate, they are going to forecast how many people are living in Indonesia. For example, 270 million people. On the basis of that, they forecast and then they see which product they can make that will be successful. So that means companies use data or statistics for forecasting, making relationships, and describing the data. So I have a question. How many cars to be made if you are the owner or CEO of a company? So if you are the CEO of a company or the owner of the company and you need to sell your cars, you have a brilliant idea that you would like to make electric cars in Indonesia. How you will analyze that if your car business will be successful or not? Any idea? If you have any other product, you know, maybe a cosmetic product, maybe a smartphone, maybe a car, maybe a motorbike. So how you analyze, or how businesses analyze that their business will be successful? Any idea how businesses see? Okay, please.
Depend of statistic.
Sorry?
So she said that it depends on the statistics.
Okay, so that means the initial decision making is on the basis of statistics. And we said that statistics is about numbers, right? So we can see how many people are living in Indonesia, like 270 million people. How many people are making good money? So this data is available. You know, the Indonesian government, they classify, you know, the rich people, the middle class people, and the poor people, right? So this data is somewhere available on the basis of job, salaries, and income, right? So on the basis of this data, a company is gonna forecast, you know, they are going to analyze, you know, how many cars we are going to make. So they are going to anticipate. Remember that if I am the company chief and if I make too much water, for example, here in Indonesia, everyone needs to drink the mineral water, okay, bottled water. But in Germany or in Europe, in most of countries, you don't need to drink this bottled water. There are water available, but the tap water that is coming in your home, in your room, in your flat, that is drinkable. So that water is not bad. So if I make too many bottles, probably I can sell in Indonesia because everyone need it. But in Germany, everyone do not need it because people can drink tap water. So remember that. So it means business statistic is about making projections about the business, you know, on the basis of the data. So as we are talking about data, how many of you love to use smartphones? You know, the Wi-Fi and the data that you use. So every one of you like to use smartphone, you know, to stay connected with Instagram, with WhatsApp, with your family, with your friends, you're right? Say yes or no. Yes? Yes. So let's see how much data were generated in 2021. So here we have in 2021, let's see how much globally data was created only from our smartphones and computers. You know, we are talking about all social media websites. So first option is 1 trillion gigabytes. Option B is, you know, 500 million gigabytes. And option C is 1.4 trillion gigabytes. I'm going to give you 20 seconds, think about it, and then raise your hand and say option A, B, or C. So 20 seconds, please take your. Okay, be ready. This is a very easy question. Option A, B, or C. Raise your hand, please. Yes, madam. Option A or B or C? Okay, she thinks C. Anyone from here? What you think? This group? So let's have a competition. Group 1, 2, 3. So what do you think? Group 2? Just raise it. C. C. Let's go to group number 3. What do you think, girls? C. Okay, but the correct answer is A. Okay, so in 2021, 1 trillion gigabyte data was generated. So you can see this is a vast amount of data that was created. And whenever you go to Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or there are other social media websites, that the products that we are selling online, or if you like a product, companies know what people are thinking. So they are making decisions on the basis of that. Just to give you an idea, in last 2 years, $180 billion was spent by companies in order to analyze the data. I'm not saying collection of the data, analyzing. So they hired data scientists, they hired statistical people, they hired business analysts in order to analyze the data they are getting, what people like. And on the basis of that, they sell you that product. Maybe you have seen, if you go to social media website and if you search, for example, this aqua, or if you search on your shoes, or if you search on your shirt, after few minutes, the advertisements are appearing similar to you on your feed. How many of you have observed that? Do you observe that on your social media? Next time, if you use, on your Google or on your smartphone, for example, your shoes or anything that you would like to buy online, you will see that after a few hours and after a few days, you will get similar advertisements. How people know that, or how companies know that you like this product? Because this data that you like or dislike, that is collected and that is given to the marketing companies, and there are data scientists, there are statistical people who analyze and say, okay, people living in Malang, they need this product. Might be they need this product. People living in Jakarta, they need this product on the basis of that. So this is the use of, and you can see globally $180 billion was spent only to understand what people would like to buy. Because we saw the definition of business. In business, if you can understand what is the need of the customer, if what you want, then we can sell that, right? So please understand so now we will see, I will go through with you what are the 5 application areas of data in business and economics, like where we need statistics. What is the role of statistics? And I have put into 5 groups. First of all, financial data management. So our first group is, the financial data management. Before I go that, I will tell you how Amazon became successful using business statistics. So Amazon is one of the most powerful e-commerce platform. For example, in China, we have Alibaba, right? And in Europe, we have, Amazon. So they know on the behavior of people so that they can make decisions. Then we have, very famous Starbucks. They also used business statistic to see what customer really like. So in Starbucks, it's not about the coffee, it's about its servers. Remember that Starbucks is not about a product. You can have a coffee in any place, but they serve you in a very nice manner. They serve you, in a very presentable manner. So you like the feeling, you like the atmosphere. You feel, if you are sitting and having coffee, you take a selfie, you put on your social media feed, you send to your friends, you feel that you are a unique person, right? Of course you are a unique person. You don't need to go to Starbucks for that, by the way. So then we have Airbnb. They have Within 5 years, this company has become a $1 billion value company. Now, how they became, this is the amazing. They understand the business that there are many people who have their homes, their flats, their rooms available. They just, let everyone to post their homes and connect with the people. For example, if I come to Malang or if I go to Bali, I can book, I have seen in Bali on Airbnb, you can have a house or villa, you can pay $15,000 per night, so they have connected. So this is the power of the data and business statistics. First of all, let's talk about the application of business statistics in finance, data and management. So here, data help us, our business statistics help us to make forecasts and, in our accounting. So we use various tools in order to record and track use of company's data. Then measuring organizational performance and efficiency. Remember, this is very important. All companies, they do an evaluation, by the end of your semester or by the end of your course. I think at your university, you do an evaluation about your teacher, like how was your teacher teaching you, whether your teacher was on time, did he or she was teaching you good or not, and similarly, your teacher evaluates you, whether you are the good student, on time, you are participating in all exercises, you are taking, in pre-test, and you are going to write your post-test. So this is all about statistics. So because on the basis of that, we can understand and we can, measure the success of the business. This is known as cause and effect. Then another one is improving business operations. So statistics helps us to understand and, make sales. As I mentioned earlier, every company need to sell more and more products in order to make more money, right? Are you understanding my English? Are you guys, or if I'm speaking too fast? Everyone understand the pace of my language? Yes and no? Yes, great. You are brilliant, guys. So here we need to find effective ways in which how we can use business statistics in order to improve our business areas. Then the next application is identifying trends and improving forecasting. We have already talked about the forecasting. On the basis of historical data means the data from the last 5 years, last 10 years, business statistical guys, they can project what will be the economic situation, what will be the behavior of the people. So therefore, please remember that business statistics, data science, these guys make a lot of money. As I said, last 2 years, companies spent $180 billion in order to only analyze the data, not collect the data or distribute the data. Therefore, this is an amazing field because if you know that which product will be successful in future, for example, 2024, if she knows, her company know which product will customer buy it, probably she is much better in a position to be successful than your company. So that is why this is the power of the business statistics. Then we also use business statistics in market research about consumer behavior, like how our consumers are behaving. What is the, what is the era of big data? When we talk about big data, that means large sum of data that we can use in order to analyze it, in order to, the quantity is too big that normal computers cannot handle even. So you need a very sophisticated computer that runs on algorithms that makes an comparison. I'm sure that in Indonesia, there are websites that make a comparison. For example, if you would like to buy a smartphone, so you can go to Google, you can write, okay, if I would like to buy this smartphone, then which company is selling cheaper smartphone? So maybe you will get the list of 10 companies. So this is all about the algorithms, and these are powered by business statistics about the data that we are having. So that was, the second part of my lecture. Now I would like to take 1 minute break. So this is known as knowledge break. I will stop here. I would like to give you the time. Maybe if some of you could not understand me, maybe you can, in that 1 minute, this is a knowledge break. Please tell your friends sitting to you, what was the key message that I have given so far? in 1 minute, so exchange, you are the teacher now in 1 minute. So tell to next friend, what professor said. And maybe you can ask, what you understood. If she or he has not understood anything or something missing, maybe you can help him or her. So let's take 1 minute knowledge break. This is not a social media break, knowledge break. Okay? So please talk with each other about what we have studied in our topic number 2, because you can see we are now moving to topic number 3. So what about business statistic?
Akan ada 1 menit break. Kalian bisa berdiskusi dengan teman sebelah kalian gitu ya. Apa yang kalian dapatkan dari profesor tadi? Seperti itu. Silahkan. It's not a social media break ya, jadi jangan buka HP, lebih ke diskusi ke teman-teman di samping kalian. What did you get from the class?
Okay, guys. May I have your attention back, please? Thank you so much. Could you please stop talking now and may I have your undivided attention? That means focus. How was this short 1 minute break? Is it helpful to talk with your friends about the topic that we are discussing? Yes? Somehow, I'm sure that 20%, 30% of you were able to talk with your friends and, enhance, get some clarity. The purpose of this break was that you get some clarity if you do not understand something, right? Okay, great. So now, let's move to our segment number 3, that is importance of applied statistics. So here, you can see why data-driven decision making is important. So I will talk about these. In business world, as I have emphasized again and again and again, that data is important, and data means that is comprised of the statistics, that is comprised on the numbers of different values that are coming. So now we will understand that from that perspective. First of all, continued organizational growth. If there is an organization who is successful, I have given you example of Amazon, Starbucks, I have given you example of Airbnb. So these are the international examples, and there are many countless examples that you know from the Indonesian local market. They continuously use, the business. Now I would like to give you example of knowledge and innovation, Gojek. This is one of your favorite app, and at least it was one of my amazing app during my visit to Indonesia this time. So you can order food, you can order ride, for example, taxi. You can, for example, if you are, so sometimes I was in bathroom, I was getting ready or putting my shirt, and then I know, okay, after 5 minutes I need to go outside and I need a taxi. Then I put on smartphone, okay, where I would like to go. In the meantime, I'm getting ready. I'm putting some makeup on my face. So the taxi is there. This was amazing. This is one of the successful examples of use of business statistics in Indonesia is Gojek, because this is the information, the data. They know what customers really want. They anticipated it. They know also the peak times. They also know the less peak times, and they use this company. And if I compare the use of Gojek, and as you can see from here, we have Gojek here. So they were having these number of people in 7 years. So that means they were quite successful with other companies, with other international companies. And what was the reason? Because they know how to use the statistic, how to use the data that they are going to get from the market. So this makes them one of the successful companies in Indonesia. Now, we use also in decision making about new business opportunities. For example, if your company would like to start new production facilities or new products or services in other countries, how you can do that? You use the information, business statistic information that we have in order to project, what will be your cost, what will be your sales, what will be your fixed expenses, what will be your total assets, and how you can use that. So that was, about the business. Then we have better communication. So you will be working as the managers. You will be working as, the bosses. You will be working as the CEOs in your future life. Inshallah. Right? Say inshallah. Right? So you need to also communicate with your team members. You need to communicate with your staff so that you know what you are going to do in your business, which products are successful, which services are needed, and which services are not needed. So this is all about becoming also a business leader. And of course, this empirical data, that is the most important, powerful tool that we have. It is said that oil, the oil that we use in our motorbikes and in our cars, that is important. But data is the new oil. Data is the most important information that we have. Companies become successful. Now I would like to also talk about some of the other uses of statistical data in our business. So let's talk about making predictions. Remember that predictions, for example, the COVID-19 pandemic, what will be the new disease outbreak in certain areas, how we can bring new medication. So business statistics is used in clinical trials. On the basis of clinical trials, the pharmaceutical companies bring new medicine. So then weather forecasting, we are living in Indonesia that is comprised of thousands of different islands. So weather plays a very, very important role, especially the flight operations, especially the sea operations. So businesses use data, especially in the maritime security, in the aviation industry, data very, very carefully in order to plan their business, information. Then we already talked about COVID-19 pandemic, talking about the diseases, talking about what could be the dangerous thing for our society. So in that, business statistic is the fundamental area that is used. Then insurance, for example, in automotive industry, insurance is compulsory. I believe in Indonesia, insurance is also compulsory. If you would like to have a car or a motorbike, you should have an insurance, right?
But in Indonesia, sometimes the health insurance is more important than the car insurance.
Okay, right. But car insurance is also there. Car insurance, is it compulsory? For some,
like for my case, I don't have car insurance right now.
Okay, so that is, of course, the health insurance is extremely important. In Europe, we need to have an insurance for car or for motorbike. You cannot buy a car or motorbike or plane without insurance, because, if I am the poor guy, if I have a Suzuki car, the Japanese small car, and you are having a Ferrari, and I hit your Ferrari, so your car is, let's assume, 1 million or 2 million, and my car is just $2,000. That means how I am unable to pay you. So that is why it is important to have an insurance, so that the insurance company pay that. So this is important to have an insurance, even health insurance, and how health companies determine what to charge, what should be the tariff rate in certain areas, in certain cities, in rural areas, what is, cities. So they decide on the basis of the business statistics. And in financial markets, financial markets means the stocks, investments in the business world. So that means this is also business statistics make a very, very important role regarding the behavior of investors if you are going to invest the money. So that was the end of our talk, and I will now move towards the conclusion. Please note that I said business statistic is important so that organizations can be successful, so that they can analyze the business data. Companies use business data in order to forecast, in order to plan, in order to develop the relationship between various variables so that they can see what customers are going to like or which they are not going to like. Business statistics is a very important career because business statistics, financial analysts, or data science, they are quite close with each other. So if you pursue your career in business statistics in future, for example, you go for major in data science or business statistics or finance, that will help you a lot compared to other disciplines because there is a huge market for that. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you for your time, for listening. I would like to please have a big hand for all of you for listening carefully. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so we will open for 3 questions. Okay, from 3D. Okay, anyone?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Nadia Aprilia. I'm from Business Administration.
Hello guys, please listen to her. We need to be polite and respectful.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Nadia Aprilia. I'm from Business Administration 2022.
Great, good to see you.
What?
Good to see you.
Thank you. Okay, I have a question. If we think about data and statistics, we always think difficult and confused. Can we communicate data with easy way? Yes.
Yes, of course. The way I have tried to do the presentation, so communicate the application of business statistics in the easy way. There are 2 things. One is actually the technicalities of statistics, all the mean, median, mode, and all these, things. Then the other is the interpretation. The technical formulas or how to calculate that, that's a bit tricky part. Okay, that's a bit challenging, so I understand. But the interpretation is easy. So the role as a student is not only to have the technical expertise, how to, calculate like mean, median, mode, average or correlation, but also interpret it. So it comes with practice. So with some practice, you will be feeling more confident to do that. Right? Thank you.
I have one question.
Sure.
Okay? As a vocational student, how can we apply statistical technique efficiently and effectively, considering both cost and time constraint?
Okay, so, first of all, you need to look in which segment, in which area you would like to apply that technique. So what is, whether you would like to forecast the weather or you would like to forecast, sales of garments or you would like to see the sales of food. So what you would like to do that. So this is the first thing. You need to narrow down the segment. The second is you need to collect the data. So once you collect the data and then you will analyze that. So that's the step-by-step approach.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
My fault, my player.
Raise your hand, guys. You want to ask?
Sir, my name is Narendra. I have a question. What I will going for the future for the statistic. For as I'm a student vocational administration business. What we I'm going to
So for in the future, how important statistic for the business administration student?
If you like to make more money and be successful, that ChatGPT and other tools will not take over your job, then of course statistic is very important. You can major in statistics or in data science. So your career is secure. You will make millions of dollars in your life. Good, thank you.
You raise your hand, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Orchid, and the question is, what are some emerging trends in this era, and technology in this field of applied statistics that are impacting to how business measure successful?
Okay. One of the amazing emerging field is data science. So this world need data scientists to interpret and to describe what is actually about data. So as I have mentioned that $180 billion was spent in last 2 years only to analyze, and this money was given to the analysts. So those people who can use, algorithms, who know the business statistics, who knows the business mathematics and finance. So, in this area. So these are the emerging trends. Yep.
Thank you for the answer.
My
Mr.
player.
Okay, anyone want to ask? Silakan.
Okay, no question? Then there is a student.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Sahri Maulana and I'm from Business Administration. My question is, we all know that analytic statistic is really important for our business or our company. And I want to know, in your opinion, sir, what is the different thing between a company or a business who use some analytic statistic and business who didn't do that? Thank you.
So you are saying what is the difference between a company and business, right?
Yeah. The impact.
The
impact.
Impact. Okay, the difference I have told you, I given you example. Let's assume Nokia, right? Probably your parents know at one point in time before 2007, Nokia was very successful company. Everyone was using all over the world or in mostly in Asian countries Nokia phones. They were durable, even if you throw it or if they fall on the ground, they were very durable phones. But they were unable to forecast the future trends that was happening in the smartphone industry. And that is why in 2007, Apple, they came into the market and now Apple is everywhere. So that is one of the biggest example I can give you. Was one company, they were unable to realize what is happening in the future, and there was another company, Apple, who realized what is they actually need. So, they put everything on the smartphone, right? So that is the power of business statistics or data science.
Thank you, sir.
Player.
Okay, any other questions? No? Okay, maybe the last question is come from me.
Sure.
So I want to know, maybe you can give advice for these vocational students. You travel around the world, you see the global company, multinational company. What kind of skills that we needed, like besides statistics and analytics things? what kind of skills that the students need to be able to maybe work in the multinational company or global company.
Okay. Before I answer this question, I'm going to also see these students tomorrow and day after tomorrow, right? So the same students. The students will not change, right? The class.
But maybe some of them will
Some of
be
them.
attend online.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, right. So we will talk more about this question, but one skill that I would like to say is communication skills. So you need to learn how to communicate in a polite, in a nice, and in an effective manner. Therefore, working on your English language, it could be any other language. So communication is the important thing because that bridges you and the company. So written communication skills, spoken communication skills, right? So this is your starting point. And of course, technical skills is also your studying. So that is, if you know how to communicate in a right manner, in a right polite manner, believe me, I have traveled some 50 countries. In my university, we have international students. But there are few students who are really painful students. They don't know how to communicate with the other person. So this is why very important. You need to be polite, you need to be effective, you need to be to the point, and be respectful. So this is very important communication skills, or business communication. Okay? The
Okay,
tip of the
perfect.
time. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, before we end the sessions today, is there any questions again?
No, this our first topic is finished, so we will have another topic, right? So is there any break now in between 5-minute, 10-minute break? So maybe 10 minutes break. 10 break, please. Okay. So maybe students need also break. Otherwise, they will fed up looking at my face. Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. So you will have 10 minutes break. So if anyone want to go to toilet or want to breathe outside, okay, you can. We will have 10 minutes, and please come back again to this class. Be on time ya. Jadi saya nggak merekomendasikan untuk teman-teman turun ke bawah. Okay, if you want to go to toilet right now. Okay, silakan teman-teman.
Jadi nanti kalau nggak ada yang tanya berarti saya yang akan bertanya kepada dia begitu ya. Nanti dia yang menanyakan kepada Prof. Asfak ya. Masuk kau sing takon belas tadi. Dalam bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa Rek. Gitu loh. Jadi bertanyalah dalam bahasa Indonesia nggak apa-apa, dalam bahasa Inggris lebih baik gitu. Tapi biar ditranslate sama Bu Sausan. Kayak statistik itu krik-krik ya. Yang krik-krik statistiknya atau kalian yang nggak tertarik kan gitu. Angel ada. Tugas apa?
Tes. Okay guys, 1 minute more, we will start our session. Okay, so please be prepared. Once again, I remind you not to open your any social media during the session, okay? Oke teman-teman tolong dihargai ya, saya nggak akan mentoleransi, saya catat, saya laporkan ke dosen pengampu apabila ada yang membuka sosial media. Ya, tolong dihargai Profesor Assa jauh-jauh dari Jerman untuk memberikan ilmu ke kalian. Saya nggak akan marah, cuman saya akan tanya nama kalian dan kalian. Kalau saya sampai tahu ada yang membuka HP atau bermain sosial media.
Ayo. Oh iya Rek, satu lagi. Nanti kalian akan setiap sesi itu bertugas untuk ada tugas. Jadi setiap sesi itu harus ada mini modul. Saya akan minta mini modul karena bukan resum. Bedanya mini modul dengan resum adalah kalian harus yang pertama mengutip apa yang dikatakan oleh Prof. Asfak Yang kedua, kalian harus ada studi kasus beserta jawabannya di situ. Oke, itu mini modul. Beda dengan resume. Kalau resume kalian cuman resume. Kalian nanti bisa pakai chat GPT itu kan ya. I don't mind.
Okay, we will start our sessions. Time is yours, Professor.
Not full screen.
Oh, full screen, please.
Okay, should we start? Okay, good morning. Are you still energetic? Okay. The good news is we have only one this presentation, okay? So, therefore, please, be happy for next 45 minutes. Sit, relax and enjoy. So, now we are moving towards one of my favorite topics, that is overview of European Union financial technology market, fintech. Financial technology market, what are the regulatory changes and what are the crises that we are having in terms of the financial technology. So this would be also interesting for you because you are the bachelor students and you can understand the new emerging concepts, because some of you ask me what are the new skills that you need to learn so that you can be successful in coming 4, 5 years, 10 years, right? So financial technology or fintech is one of them. So let's talk about that. Please note that as you can see, I have 4 segments or 4 topics in my presentation. First of all, I will be explaining you what is financial technology. Secondly, I will be explaining you what is the role of financial technology or what is the situation of financial technology in European Union. And then I will be talking about financial technology in Germany and one of the biggest accounting scandals, the financial technology scandal that we have in Europe. So we will be talking at the end, I will summarize that. So this presentation will be 45 minutes approximately. So let's talk about introduction of fintech. Anyone knows what is a fintech? What is the definition? Similarly, the way I asked about statistics, what is fintech? Fintech. Anyone knows? Please be brave, whatever comes in your mind, just speak it.
Ayo teman-teman, apa kira-kira? Apa yang ada come up in your mind when you heard about fintech? They're too shy.
Okay, they're shy, right? Why you need to be shy, right? I don't see any reason. You don't need to be shy. So, fintech is a combination of 2 words. First of all, fin means finance, tech means technology. So that means financial technology. What we mean by finance? What comes in your mind when we talk about finance?
Finance is hal yang berhubungan dengan money.
Right? Absolutely. Finance is about money, right? Okay, right. And what about technology? What comes in your mind when you see the technology?
Digital.
Digital, okay. So technology means digital, so absolutely right. So when we talk about fintech, that means delivering finance using digital technology. So this is absolutely right definition. So financial technology means delivering a financial service or a using, technology. There was a Swedish company, Tink, T-I-N-K. There were only 7 employees in that company, and this company was sold as a startup. You know what is business startup, right? So this was a business startup that was sold $2.2 billion to the Visa company. So this is the power of a startup. This is the power of a digital technology. This is the power of a digital startup. As far as the introduction is concerned, as you can see here, our official digital banking. Digital banking means the banking that you can do on your smartphones. For example, if you would like to transfer money, if you would like to pay something, are using your laptop. So this is known as digital banking. That started in 1998 because during 1985-86, that was the first time when internet was introduced. So in commercial reasons, and then banks started using it. But with the passage of time, you can see further and further, after every 5 to 10 years, there are new products are added. So now we have the use of artificial intelligence. What is use of artificial intelligence? That means machines can learn. So if you can teach machines basic algorithms, if you can give machines basic data or statistics that we studied before, then machines can automatically learn and they can make better decisions. One of the best examples is Chat GPT. How many of you have heard Chat GPT? Those who smiled, probably you are also using, writing your assignments. So you ask Chat GPT, please write an assignment about, the use of business statistics in Indonesia. So your Chat GPT will try to give you an answer. So this is the natural language processing. What has happened is on the basis of predetermined algorithm, on the basis of business statistics, on the basis of data that has been given to this model, they can further generate information so that can learn automatically. So this is also the new use of, in the business world. Now, the question is why people are most using more and more with the passage of time using, fintech. So one of the biggest example is GoPay in Indonesia. So you remember GoPay? So GoPay is a fintech company. There is another company, Dana, D-A-N-A in Indonesia. Okay, so this is also a fintech company. So two examples so that you know what I'm talking about. So these companies, why people are talking about financial technology? The reason is now these new companies, these GoPay or Dana or many other companies, they are friendlier in terms of their app. For example, they have a nice app. You can do it everything quickly. So you can calculate the rates, you can pay within minutes. On the other hand, there are banks like Bank Mamlat, right, in Indonesia. So you need to go physically if you would like to transfer money from here to another country or within, your country. You need to go to the bank, you need to fill the form, and then you need to give the form back. It will take a lot of time. And nowadays, as you know, we don't have time. So everyone is busy. And we are more comfortable. We would like to do while sitting in our homes. So that is why this is one of the reasons, 76% according to a survey, people feel it comfortable. People feel that they can save their money. Of course, it is possible. You don't need to put petrol in your car or in your motorbike and go there, in a hot weather. So this makes it easier. Then it is ease of use. It is very, very easy, user-friendly. It is just like Go check. Very easy to use that. Therefore, everyone can use that if you are a little bit literate. So, and it, of course, it is the better features that are included in the financial technology startups. So this is why another reason is Generation Y and Generation Z, they are also interested to use the technology in order to be successful. So that is about customers, why new companies are moving towards digital payments or digital, financial services compared to the old-fashioned banked. So this is the reason. Now, as you can see, due to this reason, more and more people are using technology, more and more people are using smartphones in order to transfer money from point A to point B, or buy and sell something, or pay everything online. Banks are under pressure. Remember that banks are old organizations. It takes them time to make them improvements. But on the other hand, the fintech companies, they are very smart. Young people like you, they know what you guys are thinking and what kind of services you need. Therefore, banks are under pressure to provide better services to their clients. So this is a challenging situation for the banks. And as you can see in this chart that is built on the basis of business statistics, in those countries, mostly in Scandinavian countries. Do you know who are the Scandinavian countries? Anyone knows the Scandinavian countries? Scandinavian countries are Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. So these are known as Scandinavian countries. Okay. So here, people use more and more digital tools and technologies. For example, this year I have visited Estonia. Estonia is a small East European country in Baltic Sea. So this is near Ukraine and Russia. So there, it's an island. The population is 2 million, so very small country. But people are living in very far areas. So they do not use letters or banks. There are no banks. So they use only digital tools, right? So if you have to book something, a restaurant, a hotel, or if you need to pay anything to a ferry or a plane ticket, everything is done on, the smartphone. So this is, and here in those countries, we see that the cost of doing business operations for the banks is low, especially because of new fintech companies. Here you can see we have at the moment approximately 157 unicorns. What is a unicorn? Anyone knows the definition of a unicorn? What is a definition of unicorn? Unicorn. Unicorn means a company that has a valuation or that has a worth of 1 billion US dollars. How much worth? 1 billion. So just you need to, can you write down on your notebooks? Please write down. Unicorn means a company that has a value 1 billion US dollars. So the value of the company are, 1 billion. So that means there in this world, we have approximately 30,000 fintech companies in all 30,000. And there are, among those 30,000, there are many, 10 very leading Indonesian companies. I give you example of GoPay and Dana. So just to give you an example of local market. So, and the total market value of these financial technology companies is, 2 trillion US dollars. And as you can see here, we have the recent investments in the area of financial technology. So this was the COVID-19 time period in 2021. So we are still waiting for the data of 2022. So this was the COVID-19 pandemic when investments went down. Otherwise, you can see in 2019, investments means people were making more investments and people were using more fintech in this space. Okay, so that was a brief definition of fintech. We talked about fintech is the financial technology to use, to do the financial product and services using with the help of the technology. And we also talked about, in which countries fintech is happening more. And I gave you examples of Scandinavia, and I gave you examples from the Indonesian market. And then I also gave you examples why fintech is important, why fintech financial technology companies, that means that digital banks or digital companies or startups, they are becoming successful. The reason is it is much easier, it is user friendly to do so. Now we are going to talk about, because Europe is one of the leading market space for the technology, so I would like to talk about the European side as well. So fintech in the European Union. Okay, so here, what is the rise of the fintech? As you can see, within last years, there has been an increase in the investments in the area of fintech in European Union. Remember, European Union is a union that has 30 member countries. So it is, very large and very important union. It includes Germany, France, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Switzerland, Austria, Italy, Poland, and other East European countries like Estonia, Latvia. So these are countries are part of a union. So here we see that there is a more and more trend. But please keep in mind, the Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, they are more faster, they are more advanced compared to the European Union. So here the use of digitalization or digitally, services are more frequent compared to in European Union. So here you can see the different, we have seen an increasing interest in the fintech, and in UK only, for example, there are, due to the because the British or the Great Britain or the England, they were part of the European Union, but a few years ago they left out of the European Union. Due to this, 4,500 new jobs are created in Ireland because companies moved. They are not working anymore in the UK, they are working in the Ireland. So that is the development in that perspective if we talk about. So, on the other hand, UK, in the European Union, UK is one of the leading country. There we have many European, we have many fintech companies. There is a company, fintech N26, English word N and then 26, N26 in Germany. You can open a bank account. So that's a digital bank. You can open your bank account within 8 minutes. So that means you open your, go to the website of N26 and you can open your bank account in 8 minutes. Is it possible in Indonesia to open bank account? So this is, yes. Absolutely. This is the same power of the digital technology. When I was studying, if we go back 10 years or 15 years, it was not possible to open your bank account online. You need to go to the bank, you need to bring your passport or your ID, you need to fill the form, you need to get an appointment from the bank, you need to give the form. They will check it and then they will send you a letter after 2-3 days or after 1 week that your account is opened. But no, with the help of fintech, with the help of technology, everything is happened just like that. So this is the power of the financial technology. On the other hand, if the financial technology is increasing, on the other hand, we see that there are also risks increasing. And one of the biggest risks is cybersecurity. Anyone knows what is a cybersecurity? What is a cybersecurity? Cybersecurity.
Anyone want to answer? I know, guys, you know the answer, but you're too shy.
Yep.
Cybersecurity is related with our
maybe like cybersecurity, secure our data from
from bad people.
Yeah, so our data not leaked to other people.
Absolutely. This cybersecurity. That means bad people cannot access our digital data. For example, if I open my laptop, my passwords are stored on the Firefox. So if someone get an access of that, so they will access my credit card, so they can transfer money from my account, or even they can steal our personal data. It includes photos, it can include videos, or they can it could be our addresses, our home address, it could be our date of birth. For example, if I know your date of birth, or if I know your date of birth, I can make a fake ID, right? So in this world, as I said, if you have a good printer at home, you can do many good things, right? So therefore, cybersecurity, as the digital technologies are increasing, more and more people are using smartphones techniques, then there are threats of cybersecurity, and we have seen that there are many thefts, there are many viruses that are spread online in order to get the data of people for hackers. So this is one of the challenge that we are facing, and then we also see that there is also operational reasons. So you can say data privacy and data security is one of the most important challenge that we are facing because of the financial technology evolution. So data privacy. Please remember that in European Union, in Europe, companies cannot provide the data. For example, if you are a student at university, I cannot go to your teacher and say, can I get the contact number of her? So what is the phone number of her universities, companies, they are not supposed to number, or even the date of birth, even the name, even the email address. So no, you will not get it. So because of the data privacies, right? So this is one of the important challenge that we are facing in this space. Then, no, the question is, okay, let me ask you a question. What do you think? We have many big banks, right? In Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Europe, in Western countries. And we see that there are many people working in other countries. For example, there are many immigrants working in Malaysia, Indonesia, in Singapore, in Europe, in USA. And those immigrants, they send money back to brothers and sisters, which is known as remittances, right? Do you think how much is the banks making money every year by transfer of fee? You know, if you go to the bank and you transfer money from one point to another point, we need to pay little fee, right? So do you think how much is the fee that annually banks are charging globally? So what is the value of the money that we have? Only because of the bank transfer. I'm not saying about the mortgages. So only what is the fee that banks are earning on every year because of the transfer of money from one point to another point? Any idea? $1 billion? Okay, so she said 1 billion. Any figure from here? $1 billion? Okay. Any idea from this side? This side, any idea? Just guess it. So she said 1 billion. Maybe 2 billion, maybe 3 billion, maybe 500 million.
1 billion.
1 billion. Okay, so both of you are quite right. So your guess is, nearby. As you can see on the slide, 760 million US dollars. That means very small money, less than 1 billion. So approximately you can say $800 million are only earned, are only made by the banks by transferring money from one country to another country or from one place to another place. We are only talking about the fee that banks earn. How much? Approximately 800 million. This is a lot of money. So I will give you my example. If once I transferred money from Germany to Pakistan, I have to pay 50 euro. So 50 euro means something 800,000 rupiah. So 50 euro. That was a lot of money. But nowadays, the fintech, the apps, they can take you $5. So that means you just pay something 80,000 rupiah. So you can see there is a hell of difference between 80,000 and 800,000 rupiah. So this is the power of the fintech companies that they are doing. So this is, and the name of the company is Wise, TransferWise. Now, I would like to stop here because we have covered our topic number 1, introduction, and about the application of the fintech. So I would like to stop and give you a 2-minute break so that you can discuss with each other what I have said. Maybe some of you are shy, you could not understand me completely, so that you can help each other to understand what I have said in last 10-20 minutes. So 2 minutes knowledge break. It is not a social media break, okay? Please continue with each other discussion.
Oke teman-teman, silahkan ada waktu 2 menit. Kalian bisa berdiskusi tentang fintech, introduction tentang applied statistic. Mungkin ada teman yang nggak ngerti apa yang disampaikan Prof. Asak. Mohon dibantu untuk translate, gitu ya. Okay, guys, we will start our sessions again. Please pay attention.
Okay, I hope this short break of couple of minutes help you to understand the topic so far more that we are discussing, right? So that was a knowledge break. Okay, now we are moving towards the final topic in our presentation, that is FinTech in Germany, the fall of Wirecard. Okay, is it possible to play a video here? Okay.
Mas, bisa?
Video? Can we play a video short here? Can you go to YouTube, please?
Ke YouTube.
Okay, guys, please listen. Before I teach you about fintech in Germany and one of the biggest fraud, remember that we talked about data security and privacy. It was a fraud of $24 billion. How much? 24. I think I have not seen 24 billion. But I was lucky enough to see millions in Indonesia. You understand the joke? You know, millions, because here, if you 100 euros, so you can get. So when I came in, Indonesia, so I went to money change. I said, okay, can you please change $100, 100 euros? And probably 100 euros was equivalent to 1.6 million. It was so many currency notes. I got a bit confused and I was not sure the guy is going to give me the complete amount or what. I said, okay, it's complicated. Give me only 50 euros so that I know how much I'm getting back. And so that is why millions you have seen, but it was a billion, $24 billion fraud. Let's watch this video and then you will learn half of my content from this video and then I will teach you what happened. Okay? So very interesting video, please watch. Okay, can you play, please? The voice
It's hard
is
to believe. You have a sense of the Financial Times as a reputed organisation, and you're very publicly being called a criminal. I was sort of used to it when the company had done it, because the company had done it for years. But when you suddenly find yourself facing an actual criminal investigation in Germany, with regulators where the company which you're writing about seems to have certainly the ear of these people, there were some moments where that was quite stressful. You do at times start to think that you're going a little bit mad, because obviously you become paranoid if you constantly think your emails are going to be hacked, or if you think people are following you. There was a period where I started to double back when I was going to meet people, or you would get on a tube carriage and jump off again, which seems ridiculous, and it seemed ridiculous at the time. We were very conscious that there was active surveillance going on, so you start to doubt yourself. And when you try and explain this to anyone as well, like, yes, I'm trying to report on the company and all this crazy stuff is happening, even now I think about it, it sounds ridiculous, like some sort of film. My name is Dan McCrum. I'm a member of the investigations team at the Financial Times. Wirecard was a pretty much little known technology company. Barely anyone had heard of it, and even fewer people really understood what it did. And at the time, the general thrust of it was, this is a bit of a strange company, and the numbers that it's putting out don't quite seem to add up. Wirecard is a payment processor, and what it does is when you go online and you buy something, you put in your credit card details, and those details go off to Wirecard, and it deals with the issuing banks who issue your credit card or your debit card, and it collects all the money from those people for the purchases, and then it will sort it through its systems and make sure that ultimately the money ends up in the merchant, as it's known in the industry. They get the money in their account eventually. And to be honest, it's a pretty simple business. Lots of people are trying to do it, and Wirecard's promise for a long time was that it had some of the best technology, and it was doing all these advanced things around payments processing that was allowing it to grow much faster than everybody else in the industry, and also to make more money doing that than everybody else in the industry. And as it was doing this, it was expanding all over the world, and so it was growing very quickly. And it kept preaching this mantra that it was part of the shift to a cashless society. We wouldn't use notes or coins anymore, and this was going to lead it to more and more growth and make it ever and ever bigger. So what Wirecard was doing was, it was processing all these payments around the world. But what appears to have happened was part of its business seems to have got very large, which was purely invented. So Wirecard had these sort of businesses based in Dublin, in Germany, and Dubai. Wirecard would say in the countries where it didn't have its own licenses to process payments, it would use these third parties. And it had 3 partner companies which were doing all of this business. And again, these were based mainly in Dubai, was the one which we wrote a lot about last year, because it seemed like the customers didn't really exist. And then there was another one in the Philippines, which shared an office with a bus company. And then there was another one in Singapore. And so what Wirecard appears to have convinced its auditors was going on was that it was sending lots of payments processing to these businesses, and then they were doing it for them and paying Wirecard a nice big commission. The problem when you have a structure or you have a fraud is, where's the cash? If you're reporting lots of profits, then there should be lots of cash flowing from them. And what seems to have happened is Wirecard said the cash wasn't actually going into its accounts. Now, Wirecard is a big financial institution. It actually owns a Munich bank. But instead of the cash flowing into its Munich bank, it said the cash was going into these special sorts of accounts called escrow accounts. That's where you have an account and multiple people can use it. And you have a trustee who oversees it and says, okay, you can have that money or you have that money from the account. So Wirecard convinced its auditors that there was very large amounts of money sitting in these accounts. At the end of last year, they told them there was 1.9 billion euros of cash in them. But then what has transpired in recent weeks was that Wirecard has these businesses in Ireland and Dubai and Germany, which were supposedly using these accounts, but all the money was in the Philippines. So when EY went to check with the banks to say, is that money really there? They turned around and said, we've got no idea what you're talking about. These documents that you've shown us are completely spurious. So it seems that a very large part of what appears to be a fraud is they were claiming that there was money there which just simply didn't exist. So Wirecard has been quite unlike any other company that I've ever encountered, or certainly my colleagues at the FT have encountered to report on over these last few years. They used a lot of very aggressive lawyers, but they also had a certain standard set of tactics. So whenever they encountered criticism, their standard playbook would be to say, this is an attempt to manipulate our share price. It's completely unfounded, you guys are colluding, and there's nothing to it. And so when the FT was trying to report on this and just raise questions about the accounts, Wirecard's response would be, you're just doing the work of short sellers. And then this escalated very sharply in January last year. So when the FT started to publish whistleblower allegations, beginning initially in the Singapore office, that Wirecard staff were cooking the books, to put it simply. And so Wirecard turned around and said the FT had leaked its story in advance to hedge funds, and that it was a blatant attempt to manipulate the share price again. Now, of course, there's no truth to it whatsoever. This was entirely self-serving. But it seems to have convinced the German regulators sufficiently that they began to investigate me and my colleague Stefania Palmer, who wrote the first Wirecard stories with me as well. So on the day that Wirecard announced 1.9 billion euros was missing and that it wasn't going to announce its full-year results as it had promised, Wirecard held a short video which it put out late at night from its management board. At that point, Jan Marsalek, the Chief Operating Officer, had been suspended. So you had Susanna Steidl, Marcus Braun and Alexander von Noob. And they also introduced the new compliance officer, who had been due to join in the start of July, but they had rushed forward his appointment slightly. And he's interesting because he's the man who joins as compliance officer on the Thursday, and suddenly on the Friday finds himself being appointed interim chief executive when Marcus Braun resigns.
What do you think he's thinking?
I imagine he is thinking he has got himself a little more than he bargained for. I imagine the remit was to come in and beef up compliance at a financial institution which had faced a lot of criticism and scrutiny and, required a tightening of procedures and things like that. And certainly he will have read the KPMG report, which talked about things like contracts not being signed, minutes not being kept at meetings. But I imagine he wouldn't have expected to walk in and suddenly find himself running a company which, if the lenders don't agree to extend terms on their loans, would imminently be going bust. So he was plunged into quite a difficult situation, I imagine. I mean, I certainly think we are talking about one of the largest accounting frauds in German post-war history. Certainly one of Europe's largest frauds. That was worth 24 billion at the peak and now is worth very considerably less than that. This is by far the biggest story of my career. It certainly, with all its twists and turns and intrigue, is the wildest story I have ever worked on.
Can you stop? Okay, that was, the conclusion of the talk that I wanted to do with Wirecard. You can see a German company, we have already talked about the frauds, the data privacy, a German company, they lost $24 billion worth of the money. So can you please put back the presentations? Okay, so here I wanted to talk about this Wirecard and I thought that it would be interesting for you to also watch the video. Was it good? Was the video good to at least understand something? Okay, so what happened with the Wirecard? In Germany at the moment, we have approximately 1,600 banks. How many? 1,600. That is a lot of banks that are in Germany that we have. And compared to France, Italy, Spain, so, in US, there are something 4,900 banks. So, we are just comparing how many banks are under each country. So, if we look at the fintech, startup ecosystem that is comprising in Berlin, Hamburg, Cologne, and in Munich area. And if we look at the Wirecard, this was a very innovative startup, very innovative idea, a digital company you can call. They have their own bank. And by the insolvency, before getting, default, they were having approximately their revenue or their sales was 2 billion euros. They were having approximately 5,000 people and this 6,000 people. And their total assets, what are the assets? Assets means the overall value of the company. It includes land, building, equipment, computers and everything. They were approximately 6 billion. So they were working in 26 locations globally, 26 different parts of the world they were working. So you can see their method was, with the passage of time, what they were doing, as you saw in the video, they were not working lack of issues internally. So there were some guys who was stealing the money, right? But the top management was not aware of it. And then the Financial Times, the guy, he's a Financial Times reporter. He started reporting about the company that something is bad happening in this company because company was so quickly expanding. It is just like that within 3-4 years, your company became, making billions of dollars. So that was happening in case of Wirecard, and they said that those students who are from the business administration, those who have studied accounting or finance, at least they understand the company is having a problem of money. They were just changing their numbers. It is just like that. If you tell me, how much money is your bank account, if there are 10,000 rupiah, you can put two, zeros more. So that you say, okay, it's 100,000 rupiah. Million rupiah. They were just changing the numbers in order to fool the people. And then this company, at one point in time, the one share of that company was trading 194 euro. So 194 euro means roughly 4 million rupiah per share. 4 million Indonesian. So very high. But actually this was, and then you see from this graph, then the share price went down and this company went bankrupted. So they have, a lot of good investments, and all these are events that this company was defaulted, and the CEO, the person that you see in the 3-4 people, the CEO of the company or the boss of company, he was arrested, and now the trial is going on, and it is believed that he will be in jail rest of his life. So that was the case of the Wirecards. The conclusion that I would like to say is financial technology is good. There are many positive sides, but please also remember that there could be also frauds. So we need to be very careful, analyze the financial situation. If you would like to make an investment, if you would like to spend your money, so you need to be also careful, if this company is good enough or not good enough, it takes some time. So that was the case of the Wirecard that I wanted to say. One thing I would like to also provide a conclusion that fintech, these digital banks or digital smartphone, companies, they are important. They will increase in future, but the old banks will also stay. So that means the banks are not going to finish. So this is the conclusion of our short presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask the questions. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we open for the first 3 questions. Do you want us to start?
Oke, terima kasih untuk waktunya. Sebelumnya izinkan saya menggunakan bahasa Indonesia untuk pertanyaan yang lebih jelas. My question is, Jerman itu kan terkenal akan teknologinya yang memang baik gitu di Eropa dan di dunia. Lalu mengapa terkait studi kasus Wirecard ini dari bank ini tuh bisa bangkrut? Yang pertama. Yang kedua, dengan terkenalnya Jerman itu sebagai negara yang teknologinya bagus, tanda kutip, kenapa malah para petinggi-petinggi, salah satunya contohnya di Indonesia, seperti Bapak Jokowi, menyimpan keuangannya itu di bank Swiss? Does it maybe? Thank you.
So her question is about the German is really well known about the technology and the innovativeness, but how can the case like Wirecard can be happen in German? And the second question is about why our president Joko Widodo save uangnya siapa itu? Oh, there is a news that President Jokowi saved their money in Swiss. I don't know, maybe it's it's a trend, like some people really well known or prestigious people or rich people, they usually save their money in Europe banks. Like why this can be happen?
Okay, so the first question that why in Germany, who is very sophisticated in technology, it can happen. Bad things can happen everywhere in the world, and it was the negligence, it was the poor negligence on the part of the German authorities that Wirecard fraud happened. Remember that these fraud people are always one step ahead compared to the police and the other people, right? As far as the second question is concerned regarding why rich people store money in Switzerland, I don't know about your president. I cannot say that if he has stored because I have not seen it. So, but normally Switzerland is known as the hub of the safe hub, because once you bring your money in the Switzerland, they will not tell other people like you have the bank accounts, and they keep everything very secret. And so that is why, so the secrecy in Switzerland is very high. So that is the reason why people bring money there.
Oke, jadi jawab. Kenapa sih bad things can happen in Germany gitu ya? Padahal kan di sana teknologinya canggih gitu ya. Yang pertama kali karena itu tadi gitu ya, semakin pintarnya orang, bad things itu can happen anywhere, everywhere gitu ya. Even di Jerman yang negaranya maju. Nah, kenapa sih untuk pertanyaan kedua, kenapa sih orang-orang pada nyimpen duitnya di Switzerland gitu ya? Mungkin untuk rich people atau saya nggak ngerti ya, mungkin yang duitnya halal nggak halal itu gitu ya, dia nyimpen uangnya di Swiss gitu ya, karena itu tadi data yang di-secure gitu ya, dia nggak akan membocorkan data-data berapa sih uang yang kita punya, dari mana uang yang kita punya, dia akan bocorin ke negara asal kita, even ke polisi gitu ya. Makanya banyak orang-orang kaya akan nyimpen dananya di Swiss. Okay, for the second questions,
Any other question? Okay.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I'm Amandolfi Maheswari. I will answer about what's your opinion about fintech in Indonesia, probably like digital wallet in Indonesia. Is it developing well?
Yes, I think so. So there is a huge potential of fintech in Indonesia, and digital wallet is very important. So yes.
And maybe to add her questions, like as a young generation, maybe Gen Z, like most of us saving our money in fintech Indonesia, like Dana or GoPay. Or what kind of thing that we need to be watch out, something like that?
The simple is, do not put all your eggs in the same basket. So that means do not put your all investments in one company. So if you would like to put your investments, diversify it. So this is the message. Because if one company bankrupted, then still you can have some money.
Jadi passwordnya jangan disamain dari satu aplikasi ke aplikasi lain ya teman-teman ya. Terus jangan kalian ya udah uang kalian taruh GoPay semua atau Dana semua gitu. Jadi diversifikasi. Okay, for the second question.
My name is Muhammad Refai Azzadin Hidayat. My question is, in wartime conditions such as what happened in Israel and Palestine, does it influence fintech in Europe?
Yes, Israel is very famous for technology, and it could have, if this conflict and the war continues for a longer time period, it could have a bad impact. Yes.
Okay, for the third questions.
Miss Karisma, you have a question?
The students.
Okay, thank you. My name is Muhammad Tufail Gimnastiar. I'm from Business Administration. The question is about the security, cyber security. The example case in Indonesia regarding intervention in a person bank account. This person did not make any transaction, but it was reported that there were transactions that has been carried out. So, what is the role of fintechs in responding or resolving this problem? And then maybe also in Germany, how to solve it, because Germany is famous of its advance of developed fintechs. Thank you.
As far as the fintech is concerned, this threat of cybersecurity, frauds, and data protection, this is one of the biggest threats that we are facing, not only in Indonesia, but all over the world, right? Because bad people are more smarter than us, right? Therefore, it is not actually the role of the fintech, rather it is the role of the government, it is the role of the government departments, supervisory bodies, the central bank, to make policies in such a way that these things are never going to happen. So that means, in simple words, we need to invest more money in terms of data protection, right? Thank you.
Okay, for the last questions.
Last question. Okay, let's move towards her. Miss Krisma?
Okay, I want to ask, like, as you said in your previous presentation, that the bank is under pressure because of the use of the electronic payment. And I want to ask, like, how the bank improve their performance.
To make their customers happy. So if there is a customer happier, right? So
Yes.
how customers can be happy? If we can better offer them a service, one thing, cheap service, right? And on time and in a friendly manner. So these are the reasons why banks are not, they are very arrogant in some places, okay? So they say, okay, please stand in the line, blah, 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 blah. So you need to treat your customer. Remember that a customer is a king, right? So I have seen, if you go to Bali and people are very polite, so they treat you like a king, you are the guest. So similarly, you need to treat your customers and give them the best service so that they can bring more customers, so that they can do more business. So this is the reason banks, they need to make an improvement.
Okay, so improving their services to the customer.
Service, yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's the last questions. Thank you very much.
Miss Krisma, will we have a group photo with these amazing students outside? Okay.
Yeah, so for maybe
Okay. A class. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So thank you so much, guys.
give applause to Professor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Teman-teman, mohon perhatiannya sebentar. Sambil menunggu sesi berikutnya dari tim BPS, kita turun dulu ke depan Vokasi, kita take picture dulu ya. Kita ambil gambar sama Prof. Asfak dulu, terus kembali lagi ke sini. Ya. Oke, yuk silahkan gantian nanti antri liftnya. Saya tak turun dulu.
Minta tolong teman-teman perwakilan 2 dari tiap kelasnya untuk foto bersama, 2 atau 3. Jadi biar cepat dan karena kita setelah ini akan lanjut materi lagi. 2 atau 3 setiap kelasnya. Ayo cepet yuk. Dua atau 3 dari kelas D.
Okay, guys, please have a big hand for Miss Sozan because she has done an excellent moderation. Thank you so much.
Oke, 5 mahasiswa untuk tiap kelasnya. Termasuk yang bertanya, semua yang bertanya.
Yang sudah bertanya silakan. Stand up please. Yuk. Ya, thank you. 1, 2. Yuk silakan yang tadi tanya silakan turun untuk foto bersama. Sudah? Oke, untuk yang tidak foto, kalian boleh ambil break ya, mau minum, mau pipis, mau makan, silahkan.
Tuh. Selamat siang semuanya. Masih semangat? Oke. Perkenalkan ya, nama saya Rizky Maulidia. Sekarang saya staf di BPS Kota Malang. Nah, katanya Bu Assa nih, kalian sebenarnya udah dapat ya materi statistik, cuman ini tinggal kayak nge-review aja. Sebenarnya ketika kita mendengar kata statistik sama statistika, itu ada yang ngerti nggak bedanya apa kira-kira? Statistik sama statistika. Bukan cuman beda belakangnya doang ya, beda adaannya Bu, bukan itu. Ada yang tahu kira-kira? Oke, lanjut Mas. Jadi teman-teman, statistik sama statistika, kita tuh tiap hari itu selalu nyenggol yang namanya statistik. Misalkan aja dalam sebulan, kalian dapat uang bulanan dari orang tua, kemudian per hari kalian itu harus ngitung nih, kira-kira dalam sehari itu pengeluaran saya berapa, biar nanti akhir bulan gak makan mie gitu ya. Jadi di rata-rata dalam satu bulan, sekian. Jadi nanti orang tua saya memberikan saya uang sekian, bisa cukup gitu ya sampai akhir bulan. Nah jadi kalau statistik itu sebenarnya adalah hasil pengolahan data yang dimaksudkan untuk memberikan ringkasan atau karakteristik dari data tersebut. Jadi dia itu hasil pengolahan datanya. Nah, apa bedanya dengan statistika? Kalau statistika itu ilmunya, ilmu yang mempelajari tentang data tersebut. Mulai dari bagaimana cara memperolehnya, bagaimana perencanaannya, bagaimana pengolahannya, analisisnya, sampai penarikan kesimpulan. Jadi kalau statistik itu contohnya misalkan berdasarkan data BPS, nah saya kan dari BPS nih, di BPS itu ada survei yang namanya Survei Angkatan Kerja Nasional. Itu untuk apa Bu? Nah di situ kita bisa tahu tuh profil tenaga kerja di Indonesia pada tahun-tahun tertentu. Nah di situ kita misalnya bisa tahu, tenaga kerja di Kota Malang pada tahun 2020 sekian, pada tahun 2021 sekian. Nah itu statistiknya. Jadi kalau misalkan berdasarkan data tahun lalu, Sakernas 2022, itu diketahui bahwa angkatan kerja di Kota Malang itu 38% lulusan SMA. Nah itu berarti statistik. Nah kalau statistika tadi, apa Mbak? Ilmu yang mempelajari. Oke, masuk ya. Selanjutnya. Nah kemudian apa sih peranan statistika dalam dunia bisnis? Yang pertama mungkin melalui statistika itu dapat dipetakan pengalaman konsumen. Jadi misalkan statistika ini digunakan oleh perusahaan untuk membuat profil dari konsumen. Gimana cara bikinnya? Nah itu bisa dibuat melalui apa sih histori pembelian dari konsumen itu. Mulai dari pembelian fisik, kemudian dia sering browsing apa, misalkan kan kita buka Instagram gitu kan, kita buka Instagram tas, sepatu, kita buka ini e-commerce warna oranye, yang muncul itu juga. Nah di situ ada statistiknya. Makanya ketika saya nih sering beli keperluan anak di layanan e-commerce yang tadi, ketika saya membuka user interface yang pertama, itu akan muncul barang-barang yang sering saya beli, yang sering saya cari gitu. Nah di situ kenapa? Karena perusahaan pasti ingin meningkatkan sales mereka, ya kan? Nah, kemudian yang kedua adalah memperbaiki business decision making. Jadi ketika perusahaan itu menggunakan statistika, jadi data analisnya itu bisa memberikan suggestion kepada perusahaan tersebut, bisa bikin model mengenai harganya. Jadi ketika kita misalkan tadi ya membuka layanan e-commerce Orange, itu bisa muncul barang-barang yang kita sukai, terus biasanya dicoret tuh harganya, lagi diskon gitu kan. Jadi sebelumnya nggak pengen nih beli, tapi karena mumpung diskon nih jadi beli. Nah penjualan mereka naik gitu. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah memperbaiki supply chain. Jadi ketika ada ya data analis itu memberikan hasil olahan datanya kepada perusahaan, misalkan data tentang bagaimana supply chain di perusahaan tersebut. Jadi perusahaan tersebut itu bisa mengetahui misalkan perusahaan atau toko atau yang mana gitu ya, vendor yang mana yang kira-kira memiliki resiko besar. Misalkan memiliki resiko besar ketika permintaan naik. Jadi kadang kan pas lebaran gitu ya, itu banyak sekali permintaan akan baju atau makanan. Nah perusahaan itu misalkan dia tidak dapat nih memenuhi permintaan konsumen, dia itu bisa bekerja sama dengan vendor lain untuk memenuhi permintaan tersebut. Sehingga mereka tidak kehilangan konsumen. Jadi kegiatan bisnisnya tidak terganggu. Kemudian tadi mitigasi resiko. Nah pasti di setiap perusahaan, di semua usaha, nggak lihat usahanya apa, itu pasti ada risiko. Nah melalui statistika itu kan ada ilmunya untuk memforecast ya, misalnya untuk memforecast. Jadi tahu nih, misalkan kira-kira dengan data yang saya punya, itu kira-kira untuk kedepannya perusahaan itu seperti apa. Jadi misalkan seperti contoh tadi, ketika waktu lebaran permintaan naik, kemudian misalkan dia tidak tahu bagaimana cara mengatasinya, maka perusahaan itu kan bisa kehilangan customer, bisa mengalami kerugian gitu ya. Tapi ketika dia sudah memforecast, dia sudah tahu, oh ketika lebaran ini permintaan akan naik sekian. Jadi sebelumnya perusahaan itu akan mempersiapkan begitu, mempersiapkan barang yang dibutuhkan ketika lebaran nanti. Selanjutnya Mas. Oke, untuk dapat ini ya, mengolah suatu data, untuk dapat menentukan datanya ini enaknya diolah pakai apa ya, itu kita harus tahu jenis data yang digunakan. Nah, yang pertama data itu kalau menurut sifatnya itu ada data kualitatif sama kuantitatif. Kira-kira ada yang tahu bedanya? Kualitatif. Ada yang tahu bedanya enggak? Jadi kalau data kualitatif ini ya teman-teman, data kualitatif itu adalah data yang tidak non-numerik gitu ya, tidak berupa angka. Dia itu bisa berupa teks, bisa berupa benar, narasi, bisa berupa gambar, video gitu ya, apalagi zaman sekarang ya. Data jadi ada di mana-mana. Nah, kalau kuantitatif itu datanya berupa angka gitu ya. Seperti tadi kayak jumlah tenaga kerja sekian, itu berarti data itu kuantitatif. Kemudian yang selanjutnya adalah menurut skala pengukurannya. Jadi data menurut skala pengukurannya itu dibagi menjadi 4. Ada nominal, ordinal, interval, sama rasio. Kalau nominal itu biasanya ketika kita bikin kuesioner atau ketika kita biasanya di mall-mall atau di mana gitu dapat kuesioner, itu kan jenis kelaminnya apa, perempuan, laki-laki. Nah ketika kita menginputkan itu ke program, itu biasanya akan dikode 1, 2 gitu ya. Itu bukan bermaksud untuk menunjukkan bahwa laki-laki lebih superior taruh di nomor 1, enggak gitu. Itu cuman membedakan aja bahwa laki-laki itu di kode 1, perempuan di kode 2. Jadi tidak ada tingkatan di situ. Lalu apa bedanya dengan skala ordinal? Nah, kalau skala ordinal itu berarti sudah ada peringkatnya. Bisa disebut dengan skala peringkat. Jadi misalnya teman-teman dapat kuesioner survei kepuasan pelanggan, atau kadang kan di kampus ya ada dapat ini ya survei biasanya setiap akhir semester gitu kan, dapat misalnya dosen ini bagaimana mengajarnya gitu kan, baik, sangat baik dan sebagainya gitu ya. Nah itu yang disebut dengan skala ordinal. Biasanya dia akan dikuantifikasikan 1 sampai 5 atau 1 sampai 7 tergantung ya. Itu tergantung dari referensi yang kalian gunakan. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah skala interval. Nah skala interval ini dia itu sudah memiliki interval yang mutlak, tetapi angka nolnya ini bernilai sembarang. Maksudnya gimana? Jadi misalkan aja contohnya itu skala interval itu misalnya IQ. Nah di IQ itu jarak antara orang yang IQ-nya 120 sama 125 berarti jaraknya berapa tuh? 5. Yang 115 ke angka 120 berarti jaraknya berapa? 5. Tapi kira-kira ada nggak orang itu yang IQ-nya 0? Nggak ada ya. Berdasarkan studi psikologi emang nggak ada tuh orang IQ-nya 0. Nah di situ berarti di skala interval nilai 0 itu tidak mutlak ya, tidak ada artinya. Kemudian kita menuju ke namanya skala rasio. Di skala rasio ini nolnya dia sudah mutlak. Misalkan tinggi badan, berat barang gitu ya. Angka nolnya ini sudah memiliki arti. Jadi pada skala rasio jenis data yang menggunakan skala rasio itu sudah dapat dilakukan operasi matematika. Kemudian data berdasarkan cara memperoleh itu dibagi menjadi 2, primer sama sekunder. Kira-kira teman-teman kalau misalkan menyebar kuesioner atau teman-teman dapat kuesioner itu kira-kira datanya apa? Primer apa sekunder? Primer, loh pinter. Berarti saya nggak usah ngajar lah ya. Ya primer ya, jadi primer itu data yang diperoleh dan diolah sendiri, itu primer. Kemudian apa bedanya dengan data sekunder? Jadi biasanya BPS itu melakukan survei, kemudian hasil surveinya itu diolah dan kemudian jadi buku. Nah buku publikasi itu yang namanya data sekunder, benar. Kemudian yang keempat, berdasarkan waktu pengumpulannya itu ada time series sama cross section. Jadi time series itu adalah data berkala yang dikumpulkan dari waktu ke waktu. Nah fungsinya apa Bu? Kalau misalkan kita mengumpulkan datanya itu time series, itu kita dapat mengetahui bagaimana perkembangan suatu kegiatan dari waktu ke waktu. Misalkan aja ingin mengetahui jumlah customer setiap bulan selama 1 tahun. Nah jadi kan kita tahu tuh perkembangannya customer itu, apakah dia turun di bulan-bulan yang misalnya habis bayar sekolah ya, customernya mungkin turun karena udah nggak ada uang buat belanja. Naik lagi pas musim lebaran, nah gitu. Kemudian yang kedua adalah data cross section. Itu adalah data yang dikumpulkan pada suatu periode tertentu. Misalkan aja pada tahun 2020 kemarin, BPS itu mengadakan survei penduduk. Nah, ketika pada tahun 2020, nah satu waktu itu kita bisa mengetahui jumlah penduduk Indonesia pada tahun 2020. Gitu ya. Jadi dapat mengetahui kondisi suatu kegiatan pada periode tertentu. Kemudian selanjutnya Mas. Oke. Kita masuk kepada metode statistiknya. Jadi setelah tadi membahas tentang data, kemudian metodenya apa ya yang mau digunakan? Metodenya ada 2 teman-teman ya, ada deskriptif sama inferensia. Apa bedanya? Nah kalau deskriptif itu fungsinya dia bertujuan untuk menggambarkan suatu keadaan, suatu observasi. Kalau inferensia dia itu fungsinya untuk menarik kesimpulan. Di situ ada uji hipotesis, ada penggunaan teori probabilitas dan sebagainya. Selanjutnya kita masuk ke dalam mengenal lebih dalam apa itu statistika deskriptif. Jadi statistika deskriptif adalah penerapan metode statistik untuk mengumpulkan, mengolah, menganalisis, menyajikan data kuantitatif secara deskriptif. Apa sih tujuannya? Tujuannya ya untuk memberikan penggambaran, penjelasan, dan interpretasi data yang telah disajikan. Tapi minusnya statistika deskriptif ini, dia itu tidak dapat menyimpulkan suatu keadaan dari gugus datanya yang lebih besar. Misalkan, bikin survei, respondennya mahasiswa yang ada di ruangan ini. Terus kesimpulannya itu gini, berarti mahasiswa UB adalah seperti ini. Padahal sampelnya yang ada di ruangan ini aja, itu nggak bisa. Nah, kalau di statistika deskriptif itu cuma bisa nyimpulin responden mahasiswa UB yang ada di ruangan ini sebagian besar adalah wanita atau sebagian besar adalah laki-laki. Jadi dia itu cuma bisa memberikan karakteristik sama objek yang diobservasinya aja. Selanjutnya, Di dalam statistika deskriptif itu terdapat dua jenis pengukuran yang lazim, yang populer untuk digunakan. Yang pertama adalah ukuran pemusatan dan yang kedua adalah ukuran keragaman. Nah, ukuran pemusatan itu apa? Nah, ukuran pemusatan pada metode ini digunakan untuk menggambarkan kondisi pusat di suatu wilayah. Jadi, misalkan aja ada 3 ya di situ jenis pengukurannya, ada min, median, sama modus. Tapi bukan modus yang itu ya, modus biasanya di cowok modusin cewek nggak gitu ya. Nah, kalau min itu adalah rata-rata dari jumlah data yang kita miliki. Kemudahan pakai min itu karena fungsinya mudah ya, tinggal kita menjumlahkan semua data yang kita miliki dibagi dengan total frekuensi, dibagi dengan total data yang ada. Min ini dia itu bisa menggambarkan atau bisa menggambarkan populasinya. Tapi kekurangannya penggunaan rata-rata min adalah dia itu akan sangat sensitif dengan namanya data pencilan atau data ekstrim. Pernah dengar nggak? Data pencilan ekstrim. Data pencilan ekstrim itu data yang mencil sendiri. Teman-temannya ada di kisaran 50 sampai 100, dia angkanya 20. Dia angkanya 10. Tentu aja ketika kita totalkan semua itu, kemudian dibagi dengan jumlah datanya, itu akan berpengaruh. Lain halnya dengan median. Nah, median ini adalah nilai tengah dari sekelompok data. Maaf ya, ini salah ya. Median ini yang nilai tengah. Kalau modus itu nilai yang paling sering muncul. Jadi cowok kalau sering datang di depan, mungkin itu modus ya. Modus mau ngedeketin, tiba-tiba muncul terus ya. Nah, kalau median ini nilai tengahnya. Misalkan kita ngumpulin data dari yang nilainya paling kecil ke yang paling besar. Kalau total data itu ganjil, maka yang paling tengah itu yang disebut dengan median. Nah, kalau modus tadi ya nilai yang paling sering muncul. Kalau misalnya setiap data ini frekuensi kemunculannya sama, berarti dalam kelompok data tersebut nggak ada modusnya. Selanjutnya. Yang kedua adalah ukuran keragaman. Nah, metode ini fokus untuk menunjukkan bagaimanakah sebaran data terhadap titik pusatnya. Itu contohnya ada range, ada standar deviasi, ada varians. Jadi misalkan kalau range itu kan kita punya data, kita kumpulin. Range itu berarti nilai maksimum, nilai yang paling tinggi dikurangi dengan nilai yang paling rendah. Jadi 10 sampai 90 berarti range-nya 80 ya. Nah, kalau standar deviasi itu menunjukkan bagaimanakah sebaran datanya. Dia itu adalah akar dari varians. Jadi ketika variansnya itu semakin besar, berarti kan standar deviasinya semakin besar, berarti keragaman, berarti sebaran datanya itu juga semakin besar. Dalam arti lain datanya semakin nyebar, angkanya berbagai macam gitu ya, nggak homogen, dia cenderung ke heterogen. Selanjutnya, contoh penerapan nih, biasanya buat mahasiswa semester akhir atau dapat ini tugas dari dosennya disuruh bikin survei. Coba kita lihat. Lanjut Mas. Ini contoh penerapannya bikin SPSS sama Excel. Saya pilihkan contoh yang insya Allah gampang ya, jadi bisa ditiru. Misalkan aja kita bikin kuesioner. Kuesionernya itu terdapat beberapa item pertanyaan, mulai dari jenis kelamin, usia, kemudian ada beberapa variabel yang ingin diketahui melalui beberapa indikator. Jadi di sini ada variabel jenis kelamin, usia, X1, X2, sama Y1. X1 itu terdiri dari 4 indikator. Indikator ini merujuk pada pernyataan. Jadi di situ kan misalnya variabel kepuasan gitu kan. Apakah perusahaan ini sudah memberikan harga yang tepat untuk kualitas produk X gitu ya. Setuju, sangat setuju, tidak setuju, dan sebagainya. Nah itu berarti indikator merujuk pada pernyataannya. X1 ada 4 indikator, X2 ada 4 indikator, Y1 ada 3 indikator. Nah dari hasil inputan Excel, misalkan kalau kita nggak pakai Google Form, kita memberikan kuesionernya manual, kan kita nginput satu-satu ke Excel. Itu kita pindah ke program yang namanya SPSS. Pernah dengar nggak SPSS? Enggak ya. Sebenarnya ini operasinya itu bisa dilakukan dengan program Excel, nggak harus SPSS. Cuman kalau melalui SPSS itu kayak tinggal klik gitu. Kalau melalui Excel itu bisa tinggal kita cari rumusnya. Nah, rumusnya bisa dicari di mana? Kira-kira yang paling gampang biasanya mahasiswa. Di Google ya. Kalau saya aja kadang Google, apa ya ini rumusnya ini ya? Google aja dulu gitu. Ya di Google di situ biasanya ada buku panduan atau referensi dari ini, referensi dari penulis atau kadang di buku ini ya di panduannya Excel itu juga ada rumus-rumus average itu untuk apa, min ya gunanya untuk apa. Nah ini saya kasih contoh SPSS ya. Jadi ini dipindah ke SPSS, kemudian pada kolom value itu kita mengganti notasinya. Jadi itu satu itu untuk apa? Satu misalkan satu ini kan untuk merujuk pada jenis kelamin laki-laki. Jadi di describe dulu di value itu satu sama dengan laki-laki, dua sama dengan perempuan. Nah itu seterusnya. Misalkan untuk usia 1, 2, 3, 4 kita bikin rentang nih. Satu itu untuk yang usianya kurang dari 20, dua untuk 20 sampai 30, 3 30 sampai 40 gitu ya dan selanjutnya. Nah X1 sampai Y itu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Itu tadi skala apa kalau 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 biasanya? Yang biasanya disurvei kepuasan, namanya skalanya skala apa ya? Skala Likert ya. Dia masuk ke dalam jenis data skala ordinal. Nah, kemudian lanjut Mas. Nah ini enaknya nih kalau pakai SPSS. Kita tinggal klik. Ini misalnya kan di analyze, kita klik analyze sesudah kita input datanya semua. Kita klik analyze, kemudian descriptive statistic, kita ambil frekuensi. Lanjut Mas. Nah langsung muncul ini datanya. Ternyata diperoleh dari hasil survei tersebut bahwa jumlah laki-laki adalah 43. Frekuensi ini menunjukkan jumlah. Karena jumlah total sampelnya adalah 100, maka dia laki-lakinya berapa persen? 43 ya, karena jumlah sampelnya 100. Kemudian perempuan itu 57. Dipersenkan jadi 57%. Total ini menunjukkan jumlah sampelnya ya teman-teman. Nah biasanya penyajian statistika deskriptif itu menggunakan chart gitu ya. Kalau laki-laki perempuan jenis kelamin biasanya dibikin chartnya itu pie chart. Nah untuk visualisasi data itu kalau nggak salah kalian bisa dapetin di hari Kamis kalau nggak salah itu ada materi tentang visualisasi data sama probabilitas ya kalau nggak salah. Jadi kalian bisa ngulik lebih dalam, nanya-nanya tentang itu pada hari Kamis. Nah selanjutnya, analisis karakteristik demografi responden yang kedua adalah kita menganalisis tentang usianya. Nah berdasarkan tadi ya survei yang udah disebar, ternyata yang mengisi survei yang umurnya kurang dari 20 tahun ada 28%. 20 sampai 30, 20%. 30 sampai 40, 30%. Lebih dari 40, 22%. Nah kemudian dibikin nih. Biasanya selain tabel, dibikin juga grafiknya. Grafiknya grafik batang ya untuk melihat perbandingan antara yang umurnya kurang dari 20 sampai 30, 30 sampai 40, sama yang lebih dari 40. Selanjutnya Mas. Nah ini adalah analisis deskriptif tanggapan responden. Jadi ketika kalian tadi ngeklik ya di SPSS, Nanti cari aja itunya. Cari aja ininya ya, apa itu namanya? Programnya. Bisa kok kita. Jadi di sini ini ada yang namanya min, standar deviasi, skewness, standar error, minimum sama maksimum. Ini itu apa? Min tadi rata-rata ya. Jadi rata-rata per item pertanyaan, rata-ratanya itu menjawab ini ya sekitar gini. 4,16. Kemudian standar deviasinya ada 0,9 sampai yang tertinggi 1,037. Berarti jawaban responden pada indikator ke X2.2 itu lebih menyebar. Jadi pemikiran responden itu jawabannya macam-macam, nggak homogen gitu ya. Mungkin aja dia berpikir bahwa itu produknya sudah oke, tapi responden lain itu belum oke, gitu kan? Itu kan bergantung sama persepsi masing-masing orang ya. Jadi yang pernyataan X2.2 itu lebih menyebar jawabannya. Nah, skewness itu minus. Skewness itu apa? Kemencengan. Jadi datanya itu cenderung menceng kanan apa menceng kiri. Ketika dia menceng kiri, dia itu menceng kanan, berarti dia nilai skewness-nya itu minus. Jadi dia cenderung menceng kanan itu artinya apa? Berarti cenderung jawabannya itu yang nilainya tinggi-tinggi. Nah, di sini jawabannya yang nilainya tinggi adalah sangat setuju, setuju, netral. Berarti rata-rata orang jawab di sekitar itu. Gak ada yang jawab sangat tidak setuju atau tidak setuju aja. Ini nilai maksimum sama nilai minimum. Jadi bisa dilihat bahwa di setiap item pernyataan itu nilai maksimum yang diberikan oleh respondennya itu 5. Tapi nilai minimumnya yang diberikan adalah 2. Nggak ada yang jawab sangat tidak setuju. Nah, kemudian ini tuh juga bisa dilihat pernyataan X1.1 itu yang menjawab netral ada berapa orang? Ada 19 orang. Yang jawab setuju ada berapa orang? Ada 31 dan selanjutnya. Terus, Mas? Nah, ini yang terakhir. Ketika tadi sudah selesai muncul outputnya di program SPSS, kita gunakan fungsi if pada Excel. Nanti tinggal cari aja di YouTube, itu tutorialnya banyak banget. Pokoknya kalau mau belajar pasti bisa ya. Belajarnya pelan-pelan, kalau misalnya aduh kecepatan ini orangnya jadi pause, diulangi lagi, meskipun saya juga seperti itu. Kan terakhir saya mendapatkan materi ini 10 tahun yang lalu ya, 12 tahun yang lalu saya lulus dari Sekolah Tinggi Ilmu Statistik itu 2013. Jadi udah lupa kadang ya, jadi di review lagi. Jadi kalau sekarang itu kalau mau belajar insya Allah bisa ya. Nah, ini dibikin nih menggunakan fungsi if pada Excel. Jadi X1.1, X1.2 itu bisa dibuat kesimpulan. Apakah kesimpulannya baik? Apakah responden itu dapat memberikan label, oh harga di perusahaan ini sudah dibuat dengan baik gitu ya. Produknya sudah baik. Nah, misalkan X1 ini adalah kualitas produk, maka secara keseluruhan kualitas produknya itu baik gitu ya. Dimana tadi indikatornya ada 4. Gitu. Meskipun ada 1 indikator yang dia kesimpulannya sangat baik, tapi 3 lainnya kan dia kesimpulannya baik. Maka dia kesimpulan terakhirnya adalah baik. Nah, sekian presentasi pemaparan materi dari saya. Kira-kira ada yang mau ditanyakan teman-teman? Atau bingung? Bingungnya kira-kira di mana gitu? Mungkin bisa saya cerahkan. Bingung ya Mbak ya? Panas ya? Aduh, panas. Saya juga kepanasan ini. Kapan ini selesai ya? Udah lapar. Iya, Mas. Oh, kirain nanya. Oh, aslinya nggak dingin. Aslinya nggak dingin Bapak Ibu. Berarti kalau nggak ada yang nanya ini semuanya ngerti ya kayaknya. Penjelasan saya gampang dipahami nggak kira-kira? Ngerti, alhamdulillah.
Ada yang tanya
tanya teman-teman? Ada yang mau tanya?
Gimana nih Bu Assa, nggak ada yang nanya nih? Kayaknya udah paham semuanya. Kayaknya
Sebelah sini biasanya sih mau tanya. Oh enggak. Ayo teman-teman, ada yang mau tanya?
Gitu ya. Jadi kalau saya ngasih pertanyaan ini tadi.
Oke. Ya,
adanya
kasih aja pertanyaan.
statistika deskriptif sama statistika inferensia. Soalnya kan harus keluar dari kelas ini minimal udah tahu lah itu bedanya apa. Masa keluar dari kelas nggak tahu ya? Kan eman-eman wong tuane wis nyekolahno ya. Mosok gak eruh. Ayo. Apa? Kira-kira statistika deskriptif sama statistika inferensia. Kira-kira yang bisa digunakan untuk membuat kesimpulan deskriptif atau inferensia teman-teman?
Oke, di sebelah sini Ibu. Oke,
iya,
silakan.
Perbedaan dari statistik deskriptif dan statistik inferensial itu, kalau deskriptif itu dipakai untuk mengambil sampel, Bu. Dan kalau untuk mengambil kesimpulan itu dipakainya yang inferensial.
Oke, gitu ya. Jadi kalau statistika deskriptif itu digunakan untuk menggambarkan karakteristik dari suatu observasi. Cuman yang dilihat aja nih, yang diobserv aja. Yang di luar observasi dia nggak bisa diketahui karakteristiknya gimana ya. Tadi sampel ya, cuman sampelnya aja. Nah kalau inferensia itu untuk menarik kesimpulan. Jadi biar bisa disimpulkan misalkan dengan ini ya, dengan adanya rumus, pakai program, ada pengujian, itu bisa tuh disimpulkan mahasiswa UB ternyata suka anime gitu ya. Berdasarkan tadi sampelnya di sini ya, ceritanya ini sampelnya acak nih. Sampelnya acak, kemudian dilakukan pengujian normalitas dan sebagainya. Ternyata di sini tuh bilangnya kalau mahasiswa UB suka anime. Nah dikasih nih kesimpulannya, oh mahasiswa UB suka anime. Oke ya teman-teman, ngerti nggak kira-kira? Oke, saya ucapkan mohon maaf ya sedalam-dalamnya kalau misalnya nggak ngerti dari penyampaian saya. Kalau misalnya ada yang mau ditanyakan boleh banget email ke rizky.maulidia@bps.go.id. Kalian boleh nanya tentang statistik. Misalnya Bu, saya bingung tentang ini. Nanti kalau saya nggak tahu kan saya bisa nanya teman saya, ya kan? Oke, sekian aja Mas.
Oke, terima kasih Bu Rizky. Gimana teman-teman? Pusing? Lapar? Oke, tepuk tangan dulu buat Bu Rizky ya. Gimana hari ini? Meledak? Kepalanya? Lapar? Oke. Paparan terakhir dari Bu Rizky menutup sesi kita hari ini. Jadi hari ini udah selesai. Ada dapat 3 sesi ya tadi ya. Oke, semoga apa-apa yang dipaparkan bisa sampai ke kalian. Oke, Bu Sausan ini ada info untuk post-test kah? Ada post-test teman-teman. Sebentar ya. Oke, untuk post-test semua sudah dikirim ke ketua kelas. Jadi nanti minta tolong PJ kelasnya untuk kasih tahu ke teman-teman kelasnya ya. Untuk mengerjakan post-test. Oke, udah cukup? Oke, terima kasih teman-teman. Ini kelas apa aja berarti? D, ada kelas D? Kelas D dapat jadwal lagi kapan? Besok. Kelas E ada? Dapat jadwal hari? Besok juga. Terus ada G, oke G. Kapan lagi jadwalnya? Kamis. Satu lagi F kalau nggak salah. Atau D? F hari Rabu. Oke. Oke teman-teman, terima kasih atas perhatiannya hari ini. Sampai ketemu lagi di acara 3-in-1 sesi berikutnya ya. Oke, terima kasih. Mohon maaf jika ada kekurangan dari panitia atau pembicara. Oke, terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.